Well, hello, everybody. We finally made it in after all the technical glitches and I can't log in and blah, 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 blah. We are here. So, how is everybody doing today?
Good. How are you doing today?
I am okay. I am excited. This is my Beyonce week. Everybody has posted all of their videos of going to see Beyonce. Finally, on Thursday, I get to go and see Beyonce. I am so excited.
Whoop, whoop.
Super, super, super excited. Kina, so for everybody who's joining in and coming in, hello everybody. Hello Angel Wings. Hello Harlem Queen. Hello Quinn. Hello Miss Linda. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you. Hello GP. Hello Terry T. Affirm Wellness. Oh my gosh. Hey all y'all. Y'all excited? It's all y'all get three. Y'all get three. Ladies night and it's three. Let's Alicia, if you there, you around. Hey Miss Brenda, and you around and you want to pop in, we here for a minute. We're going to do some great readings. After all the technical difficulties, I'm hoping that we're going to get some great questions. Go ahead and type your questions. Kina will pin your questions and she will let you know when you're ready. Affirm says, I just wanted to pop in and say hi. I'm at a restaurant with the boys, so can't stay on. Okay, tell the boys we said hi. What y'all eating? That's what I want to know. You know, you can't say we at a restaurant. Where y'all at? Like Mexican restaurant, Chinese restaurant? What you eating? Um, Let's see. Beyonce will change her life. Exactly. Listen, I went to the Mrs. Carter show when she came here, and now this is Renaissance, so I'm so excited. So everybody been posting their pictures, and I'm just like, oh, I'm ready. I got two outfits to decide from. I don't know which one I'm gonna wear, but I got two outfits that I'm thinking about wearing. I haven't decided if my hair gonna be curly or straight or whatever it's gonna be. Um,
I
and
think you better just be prepared for wavy hair because you got to deal with this.
Exactly. That's okay. That's okay. That is my in the future here. That's my long, good hair coming up. Sherry Beery hair. I'm waiting on that. This right here is just experiment a little bit with different stuff.
I like
People think
it.
me
I
and
like it a
Sherry Beery are
lot.
crazy, like, but that's okay. Miss Lavida, how was your week?
It's been very good. I'm super excited because I start school tomorrow. So,
That is exciting at ASU, right?
so I'm at a
Oh
community
no.
college. Yeah, so right now I'm at a community college, but I'm trying to enroll in ASU classes as well.
All right, that's good. I'm excited about that. Listen, we know this is Brandon's last year, so we heading that way too. I'm all excited about that too. So I'm so great. I'm so jealous too, because Dot, listen, the pop. So Safeway and Albertsons make pot pies, these big giant pot pies that I've
Mhm.
been stalking them trying to get, and I could never ever get to them. And Don sent me a picture today of four different ones. I was just like, yeah.
He's
Mine was out of
rude.
it. They was like, we out of the stuff that make it. Soon as we get it back, I'll let you know. They ain't let me know. I'm just probably not gonna get it. That's okay. It's all right, y'all. You seen somebody said she's seen a lot of people with a cowboy hat. I don't have a cowboy hat, and I'm not wearing no boots. I'm wearing some gym shoes or some little cute shoes that ain't gonna hurt my feet because I heard Miss Beyonce gives 3 hours, a powerful 3 hours, and I need to be comfortable. Somebody said, "Congratulations, Miss Lavita,
Thank
going to
you.
school." Yes, Harlem Queen, you can be added. Just go ahead and put your question in there. Again, just go ahead and put your questions in there. So far, we only got one question, so maybe we done solved all y'all problems and y'all ain't got no questions. I mean, y'all can go ahead and put your questions in there. And look, Lavita might even do a love question for y'all. Go for it. And look, I was nice last time that I was on live with Alicia, and I answered several love questions to my chagrin.
What?
Several, like not one or two, Sherry Berry, like several. It was just like back to back. Kina was like, they keep coming. I was
Dang.
like, y'all just trying to make my head. Blue Ivy getting so good with being. Listen, I believe it. Listen, can't nobody come back from school over the summer and be like, well, how was your summer? I was on tour with my mama. You was on tour with Beyonce? Ain't nobody summer better than that. Even if you went around the world, you was not on tour with Beyonce. That's just all I'm saying. All right. I'm claiming great energy for my children and for starting the school year. Do you see the same? Miss Linda is giving
Quick, Miss
feedback.
Linda.
Miss Linda is a tropical storm. Where you at? In Florida? Miss Linda B is a world traveler. I want to be Miss Linda when I grow up. Just
I
she a
thought
world
that was
traveler.
a tropical storm, the hurricane coming in from Mexico into California that's going to come over us too.
Mm.
Oh,
But by the time it gets to California, it's going to be a tropical storm.
oh. Hi, hey Pam. Oh, California.
Hello.
Linda.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And then when she said earthquakes, I'm like, I knew she was in California.
Yeah, I don't like any of
I
that.
secretly miss earthquakes, Miss Linda.
No,
Mm-mm.
I never
I
want
do.
the ground that I'm on to be shaking.
It
No,
is
thank you.
pretty phenomenal feeling.
It's a
I've been
hurricane.
in
It's
quite a few
Hurricane
hurricanes.
Hillary, right? Hello, Peru, who just subscribed. Nice to meet you. Go ahead, type your question if you have one. Do y'all see fun and safe travels for me? Book my flight, New Year's holiday. Been since I've spent New Year's. Okay. Um, you want us to tell you about New Year's?
Yeah,
That's like
see,
far away. 17?
secretly I like them. I used to
You
know
like
they were coming
earthquake?
before they were coming. Yeah, I used to know that they were happening before they were happening, but that was before I knew that I am what I am.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
keep going. A little bit. A little bit. Progress slowing down since it hit land. Okay. All right. Well, Keena has already started adding y'all. There's a couple of y'all in there. So go ahead and pop the first person up, Keena. Let's go ahead and get started. And if
Yes.
y'all got more questions, then we'll be on longer. If not, then this will be short and sweet.
So I lived in the Bay Area when we had the big Loma Prieta earthquake during the World Series, and there was a lot of death and destruction. And I remember feeling the Northridge earthquake, and I remember uh, the Kalinga earthquake, and then I moved to Paso Robles, San Luis Obispo County, and the San Andreas Fault runs right in there, so we had them all the time.
This is why I stay in Arizona. Least amount of natural disasters. No
Mm.
hurricanes, no earthquakes, no tornadoes, no none of that. No floods.
We have tornadoes.
Mm-mm. Those are dust devils. Don't I don't hear no
No,
different.
no,
You can
no.
say what
We
you
have
want.
tornadoes. We have
Absolutely not.
tornadoes.
I don't believe
Yes,
any of
we
that.
do.
I don't believe
We
it.
have tornadoes. We had a tornado a couple years ago when I was taking my natural magic class, and my did not do class that day because there was a tornado in her area.
I'm going to stay in my world where we do not have tornadoes. I'm like, who am I down? It's online. Girl, no, it's only
So,
Lord. Let me go.
yeah,
Let me go
Texas
back.
has them all.
Exactly. And no, thank you. I would never move to Texas. And for other reasons other than that, but definitely for that.
Okay, Angel's Wing, I think your question is like a yes or no question. So I'm just gonna pull one card and my playing deck. So that one flew out. So it's no. You're just gonna have to keep this fight going. Like keep uh keep vigilant on this because this is going to continue to happen. Keep your documents, keep your I's dotted and your T's crossed. So I don't want to discourage you because fate can always be changed, but I hope you understand what that means. I get a no, and it flew out of my deck. Hey, John. It's my friend. He lives in Dallas.
Miss Lavida, you can go ahead.
All right. So I believe it will be resolved eventually, but I feel like you still might definitely encounter more
Mm-hmm.
of whatever this is. It's ridiculous that it hasn't been resolved yet, but I do see that you will still encounter just some trouble with it. As Sheri said, definitely be watchful and keep documentation. Um, for some reason, what was coming to my mind, I've never paid hospital bills before, but I know that like eventually, you get into some type of system. I'm not quite sure what it is, but the bill, I'm not sure the name, but I've definitely heard it before. For some reason, I was getting a energy of some like not lottery system, but like it'll eventually move to some different department. I'm not really quite sure what the names would be. I've never had experience paying these bills, so but that's all I'm getting.
I'm getting okay. So this is my question before I tell you what I got. Um, who are you paying for the bills? Like, if they have a third party, why aren't you paying their third party? Who are you paying? Because if the hospital sent it to a third party, if the hospital sent it to a collection agency, then you should be working with a collection agency. There's no way you should be paying another party and then they sent it to another third party. You need to get everybody on the phone. And usually when they send it to another party, um, right. That's what I said. You need to make sure that the person that you're paying actually has the debt, because I had a bill from a doctor that I haven't seen since about 2000 and probably 10. And they keep sending me a bill saying, oh, you owe this money. No, you don't, because I haven't seen this doctor since 2010. That has been taken care of. But people are acquiring, they're just going online and finding old bills and making up little statements and things, and they're requiring you to pay. You think that you're paying the debt, but you're just basically giving their money. So for me, they're showing me you need to cross check. You need to get the company that says that you say you're paying to, and the hospital on the phone, and the third party, or you need to find out from the hospital who is your third party biller or who is your collection person, because there's no way you're paying it and then they're saying that this is their collection person. So somebody is not honest. And I'm thinking the person that you're paying it to doesn't seem to be a legitimate person that you're paying it to. So they're showing me multiple people on the line, like you need to talk to this person, and this person to make sure that you are paying the right person. I don't feel like you're legitimately paying the hospital bill to whoever this party is. So they said their department was at fault. So okay, this isn't making sense to me, because you're saying I'm already working with their department, but they keep billing me again, right? Um, they keep sending me a new bill and they're saying that they're at fault. So if that's the case, then you really didn't need us to tell you it's them. They're at fault. They're saying it's their fault. You just need to get a letter from them and say, hey, this is our official third party person. Why are you? Well, first of all, I would have paid the bill anyway, but I'm just saying. Um, it seems to be an old bill. It seems to be a couple $1,000s, and it seems to be that you could probably make an arrangement with them to pay a portion of it. That's what they're telling me, is you could probably make an arrangement with them to pay a settled amount instead of the full amount. And then you also could and I don't know if you have this through your employer, but most jobs have a they have EAP, and you can go to them and get a free consultation with a lawyer, and then have them to uh, um, advise you on your behalf. But I don't see you paying the full bill. Is it about $8,000 or $9,000? Because that's what they're showing me, $8,000 or $9,000. So is that the amount that you're being charged, $8,000 or $9,000 for whatever this is? It seems to be an older. They're showing me an older, like it's way in the past, because they're showing me a long trail of paperwork for this thing, and you could just settle this by contacting them and saying, hey, is there a amount that you would take to settle this without me having to continue to do this. um Also, you like, I would be like, I'm not sending y'all another penny until you contact Like I would tell the person that you're paying, I'm not sending you another penny until you straighten it out with the hospital because the hospital is harassing me and I'm paying you. So obviously either you're a fake or the hospital is a fake, but you need to call your people and let them know that I'm paying. So that's how I would do it. I would put it back on the third party. I'm paying you. You need to contact the hospital and let them know to stop contacting me and to stop billing me for this since you're their third party person. This is the person that's calling me. This is the apartment that's calling me. This is the phone number that I got. You need to handle this. And I'm not paying you again until you take care of this and have them to stop calling me. And every time the hospital would bill me, I would stop paying them again and let them know and then document that that's what's happening. It's 2 years ago. But is it what amount is it? Is it $8,000 or $9,000? Is that what the amount is? Because that's what they're showing me, and they are showing me that is a few years old. So yeah, that is 2 years is old. So is it about $8,000 or $9,000? Is that what it is? Because I don't see you paying it off. Like I get a no, I get a head shake no about you paying off the entire amount. You will not have to do that. Try to make a settlement arrangement and move forward. You will get it resolved, but I don't see you paying the whole thing in full. Like that's not how they're showing it to me. So you'll be fine. Anybody else have anything else for Angel Wings?
I don't have anything else.
All right, Miss Angel Wings. I hope that helps out. Um, yes, I paid it in full and paid. You already did pay it. Yes, I paid it in full and paid it off. So they're contacting you about something that's already paid in full. Um, Yeah, I would just keep sending them the letter. Like, here it is, right here, paying in full. Here's your third party person. Why do you keep billing me? And then I would, and this because this worked for me. I went to the local news station and was like, hey, they keep billing me for this. This is paid in full. This is it. This is when we were doing the COVID shots, and they tried to charge me for the COVID shots. I went to the news person. He contacted them. I got an email. I got a call from the hospital, from the church, and from the insurance people saying don't throw that notice out. You ain't got to pay nothing because the news person contacted them, and that's what they're like. You know how I'd be like Joe knows or whoever your local news person is. I went to them and said, look, I this is what's happening, and it was a big thing, and so he did a big story about it on the news. And when he contacted them, they said I didn't have to pay it, and all agencies contacted me. My insurance provider called me, the hospital called me, and the location where I had the shop called me to be like, don't worry about that bill. So I would definitely go to my local news person and be like, look, I paid this in full. They're still harassing me. The insurance company won't help me. The hospital won't help me. And let them know. And I would tell your insurance provider too, like, I've already paid this, and they're still contacting me. Like, what is the problem? But I would definitely go to the local news person and tell them too. So that's what I got for you, Miss Angel Wing. So I hope that helps you. All right, who's next, Keena? Y'all don't have no questions because Keena only got 4 pins, so this gonna be a short live then if y'all ain't got no questions. Are y'all scared? Y'all can ask y'all questions. All right, you guys can go ahead and take Quinn's question first. That's fine. So anytime y'all ready, y'all can go ahead and get started on Miss Quinn.
I'm shuffling. Yes, I see it.
Um, you see what?
Well, it's a yes or no question, right? I'm claiming great energy for my children and I for starting school this year. Do you? Yes. It's kind of a yes or
I
no
also see the
question.
little girl needing a little bit of extra attention. I see your daughter needing a little bit extra attention in school, a little bit more focus. Like not so much you being on her back, but you making sure that she's staying, day by day. Assignments done every week. You're checking to make sure everything is done. So that's all I see. They show me her, and then they show me you checking to make sure she's staying on track with her school. I don't see any um,
Dang. Sorry, my hair's getting too long and I need to, and it's getting in my crease of my elbow and I'm pulling it.
put it in a
Don't look at
ponytail.
me
Can you
like
put it in a
that.
ponytail? Don't care. Just put it in a ponytail.
I haven't. Those are selfish reasons.
Yes, mine. My selfishness. Miss Lavita, you can go ahead and then I'll finish my reading.
Okay. So I definitely do think that you will have a good outlook for the rest of the school year. However, I do feel that you're going to be super busy. So do make sure to make time for yourself. It's going to be busy for all of you, not just with work, but I think you'll be going a lot of places, I don't know if your kids are in extracurriculars or something like that, but you'll be very busy. But overall, I do think it's going to be a very great school year.
I just
Yeah.
think that you need to pay extra attention to the daughter. I got the Queen of Swords, so that's you speaking up, helping her out on behalf. If anything happens, like if there's anything that's going on with her grades or with her getting her assignments in, I got the Queen of Swords, so that's you and your energy. That's you speaking your mind. That's you cutting through the BS. That's you getting the clarity that you need and helping her during this school year. So it can be like if you don't stay on top of it, there could be some issues with the daughter not within. I don't foresee anything else, but it's just with again staying on top of getting the assignments done, getting the grades done, and getting everything taken care of. So that's what I got for Miss
Hmm.
Lavita. All right, who's next, Keena? Um, Ravidi 22. What are you asking us? Just post your question
Fun question too.
about a past life which comes. I don't even understand the question. Is that a full question? What is your question, Ravidi? Okay, you want to ask about past life? What do you want to know about your past life?
Very T, book the flight. I see a lot of like celebration and dancing and drinking. Not that you're gonna have dancing and drinking, but that's like a celebration. My family's Irish, and then my step family is Italian, and that's how they celebrate is family and unity and food and festivities. And so I do see that. I'm getting that whole celebration happiness. So do it. Book the flight, have a good time, enjoy yourself, relax. You've earned it, you deserve it, and it's gonna be I'm getting magical, a really good time for you. So yes.
I also think it's going to be a very great vacation. I see that you said you're going to be seeing your family. I think that's going to be really nice. Something that's being highlighted here is that you'll kind of be like, oh, why didn't I do this sooner? Or you'll definitely be reconnecting with different family members. Um, and I think they're also going to be very happy that you're kind of getting out of this hermit mode and you're seeing everyone. I think you're really going to enjoy your trip there. Um, it's definitely going to feel very refreshing. Yeah, so enjoy your trip.
I think this is a first world problem. If this is the best question that you have to ask your higher power is, will my vacation be okay? Your life is okay. You don't really even need to answer to this question. This is a first world problem. This has nothing to do with your higher being, your higher self, anything like that. This is a first world problem. This isn't even a question that you need to ask your higher self. Your higher self, my higher self, all of the spirit world is looking like that's the question that you had to ask. She's convening with the higher power, and you want to know if your safe travels are going to happen for New Year's. If that's the most relevant question that you have, your life is okay. You'll be fine, regardless of whether travel is bad or good. Like the, your life is good. You're concerned about something that isn't even a concern. And this is the thing. If every single time you're going to go and see your family, it's going to be this big to do and it's going to be this much anxiety, is it them or is it you? Because I don't understand why every single situation you're anxious about how they're going to react to you. Again, that's you getting in your head. So at this point, it's more of a you thing than a them thing. I don't feel like all of them are judging you in the way that you're thinking that they're judging you. And so at this point, your higher power is saying you ask the same question every time. How is it going to be? Is everybody going to be okay? Is everybody going to accept me? Is everybody going to be okay? And at this point, even your higher power is like, I mean, what difference does it make? So that's the information that I have for you, Terry T. Like, this is a first world problem. It has nothing, it didn't even need to be asked. Go and enjoy yourself. And even if it, even if there is some turbulence, because that's Christmas, anything could happen. There shit, COVID could spike again. You just don't know anything like that. And you're worried about things that you don't need to worry about. Oh, go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what you want.
okay. So, I am offering blessings. As Angie can attest, I've done it for her without her knowing. But burning bay leaves for anybody who's interested. My email address, just email me at sherrybeeryteas@gmail.com, and they are $5. So when you email me, and then we could discuss what blessing that you want, and I'll do a whole blessing thing for you. And they are like $5. So if you're interested, email me at sherrybeeryteas@gmail.com.
Yes, Sharon, the readings are free. Please put listen. When y'all put these questions in here and start asking me, I am asking your higher power. Don't come in here asking me, do Willie Lump love you? Because that's just not what I'm trying to hear. I'm trying to take y'all to a higher level of understanding. And if I'm going to, if you were sitting in front of your higher power, whoever you believe in, is this the question that you want to ask him? So when you put your question there, be mindful of what you're asking me, and put a good question there, like something that's really gonna help. Even if you want a general, I'd rather take a general than you asking me, do Willie Lump love you?
You
So
guys
who's
tried
next?
this?
Mm-mm,
No, I haven't.
It's
I've never even
it's
heard of it.
coconut water,
Oh,
and it's
absolutely.
disgusting.
Coconut
I
water
don't.
sounds like it's water that somebody else spit in your mouth. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's the first time I've ever tried coconut water, and it's so gross. It's taken
It
me
is.
3 days
Coconut water
to
is
power
nasty.
through this.
Just like Lisa Simpson said, it tastes like water that was been in somebody else's mouth. No, thank you.
Oh, gross. You know,
Exactly. Coconut water is gross.
how do you know what
All right,
water
General. All right,
tastes
who's
like
next,
when
Tina? Miss Sharon, we have you on the list. So we'll get to you. There's about 4 or 5 people ahead of you. Kina, who's next? Come on, y'all, with the question. Oh, okay. She said
Oh, I don't think it does, Skeena, but okay. Keena says it tastes like man juice. I don't think so.
Kina, who next?
Okay.
It stirs.
I
Mm.
honestly I don't see you getting a work from home job. I don't see that you are ready for it yet. I know the kids are starting school, but I'm getting that you would have too many distractions, you would have too many visitors, and that even if you got a work from home job, they would take your privileges away. So I don't see you getting a work from home job. That's just how I see it. That's how it's being presented to me. So I'm getting a quick no on the work from home job. I can do the pendulum too, but I gotta know. Like there would be too many
Um,
distractions, and you don't have a space that is distinctly set apart for you to do your work. It would be too much of a distraction. Will Harlem Queen
did
get a work from home job? And my pendulum said no immediately. So no, honey, you won't.
so my question was, is did I'm just clarify last week when we were at the brunch, was this the same person that we were talking about resumes and stuff with?
I don't think so. I think it was somebody else. I don't
Okay.
think so.
Because I'm getting like the same thing, like
Harlem
the
Queen, are you
resume
the
needs
person
to
that we
be
spoke to last week about updating your resume? I don't think it is. But I gotta know on the
okay.
work from home. I think that
Yeah.
she'll get a customer service job, but I don't
Okay.
think that it'll be work from home.
So if you know that your resume doesn't describe what you can do, then you need to redo your resume. I don't need
She said she
I don't mean to
redid
be
it
rude, but
over.
I don't yeah, I like you need to redo it.
I gotta
I'm
know on the work from home.
gonna
Hold
read
on.
John. I'm not gonna read John's stuff because I know him too well. I know a lot of other stuff behind. Be a fair reading. So when we get to him, just know that I'm not going to read John. Sorry. Sorry, my friend.
I don't know that Facebook jobs would be a place that I would be trying to get a job at. I would go on ZipRecruiter. I would go on Indeed, or something like that. ZipRecruiter has been very successful for me in the past. I would go to like the state, like you know how your state of whoever you work for, like state of Arizona, state of Wisconsin, wherever you work, and try to get a job through there, through your local county or something like that. I see you doing customer service, sort of like billing. Is that what you do? Because I kind of get that, like customer service billing. You're good at it, but you don't have enough focus. You would be way too distracted at home, and I think that there would be some extracurricular activities that might hinder you too. Miss Lavita, do you have anything for Harlem Quinn?
So I do believe that, mm, like, I believe also that she's going to be distracted at home. Um, is this what you want to do with this job? I'm feeling like you're kind of just like trying to get this job because you feel like it's going to resolve any, I guess, issues, or not necessarily issues, but tasks that you'll have to do once your children resume school. So I think you're good at your job, but is this the particular position that you want? Is one of my
And I
questions.
think that's why she's having trouble too, Miss Lavita. Like you're just willing to take anything, and that's what you're gonna get is anything. You have to put focus and intention behind what you want. You're going to your higher power. Like I don't know what your religion is, and I don't know what your belief system is, but if you have a higher power that you're praying to and asking them to help you find a job, they want to know what kind of job you want to do. If I could take my magic wand and wave it and say, "Hey, Harlem Queen, I'm gonna give you whatever job you want. What job do you want? Where do you want to work? What time do you want to work? What is the minimum salary that you need in order to make your ends meet and stay and not be short? Like what is that a minimum amount? What kind of work do you want to do? Do you want to do customer service? Do you want to do nursing? I keep seeing CNA, so I think you're in customer service, but I see medical field for you, and I feel like that's where you're being told to be pointed to, but you think it's a little bit hard for you, or you're not ready for the commitment of that. But I definitely see, if not CNA, but something in the medical field, maybe a medical assistant, some kind of front office thing that you could do. But I definitely don't see customer service being what you want to do. It's what you'll take, and because you'll just take anything, you know what I'm saying. You're not satisfied with what you're getting. Put your intentions out there. What do you want to do? If nothing else, my higher power knows that I want to do this on stage in front of an audience, um, full time. So you have to tell your higher power what you want.
I definitely agree. I have the judgment card here too, and that's like, okay, what's your calling? Because I really don't think that this is necessarily it.
And front office at a medical center would fit with the school schedule. The kids got to be in school by 8. You would probably start work at 8 or 9, and then you would get off in time to pick them up, or for them to not even have to go to daycare, or just do a little bit of aftercare. So front office work would be great in the medical field, or billing or something like that. All of those things will work perfectly well for you. I just don't see you being disciplined enough to do it at home. um, as a work from home job. Oh, she said those jobs go first. That that's all I got for her. If y'all have anything else for Miss Harlem, but hold on one second.
So,
Okay,
hi,
y'all. I'm
Tuna.
sorry.
I
My
saw that you jumped on. My friend Tuna, who also lives in Texas, just jumped on the live.
Yeah, like you could go to a billing department and at you could do a billing department at a hospital, you could do a dental office, you could do a eye doctor. Like there's so many different doctors' offices, and if you have any customer service experience like that, there's certificates you can get online that are free. Google, Microsoft, all of those companies offer all of these certificates online for free that can help you get into those kind of positions. But again, I feel like it's customer service, but in an administrative part, like back office stuff, not with the talking to them one on one. Even Ring has customer service that you can do. Um, Amazon has customer service that you can do, or different aspects of it. Like there's so many different ways you can go with customer service. Like again, you could be you could be the person who routes the calls. You could be the IT person. You could be the billing person. You could be the scheduling person. Like there's so many different ways you could go. You have a plethora of things that you could do. But the one thing that I do when I decide what job I want, I go and look at resumes who are that job. So if I decide I want to be a compliance analyst, then I go and look up compliance analyst resumes, and then I copy what's on there if those are the skills I have, and use the wording that they have. Or the job that I'm applying to, I look at how they word it. What is it that they want? And do I have those skills? And then that's how I word my resume. I have five different versions of my resume. I have one for case management, one for compliance analyst, one for legal. Like I have all different versions of my resume. So you may just need multiple versions of your resume to highlight whatever skill it is that you want. But the first thing you need to do, because we just had the new moon, is set your intentions. What is it that I want? What kind of job do I want? What is it that I love? If I got up every single morning and this is what I had to do, this is what I would love. If I got up every single morning and this is what I had to do, this is what I would love. The things that I do in addition to that pay my bills, but this is what I want. And until this pays my bills, then those other jobs are just filling the void of my bank account. Hospital job,
Mhm.
my first choice. Okay, then that's what you need to put out there. Like, what hospital do you want to work on? Like, put that on your list. Okay, I want to work at the hospital. Okay, well, what do you want to do at the hospital? Because there's a lot of things you could do at the hospital. You could do the housing services, where you're cleaning the rooms, where you're delivering the food, where you're working at the front desk doing intake. Like I remember applying for emergency intake, being the person to do the intake and triage the people when they come in for the hospital. You could do billing. You could do different departments, different floors. There's so many different things you could do at the hospital. So identify the hospital, identify the job, and identify the salary that you need to make. Like, do you know right now, if I want all my ends to meet, all my bills to be paid, and I still have a little bit left over to like go and get some fast food and to put a little savings up, how much money do I need to make all my bills be paid, pay for the school lunch, pay for everything that the kids need? How much is that? You should automatically know that. So when the Lord gets to saying, hey, so when they start offering you salary, you're like, oh, okay, well, that ain't enough. I need to at least be making $25 an hour. And if you ain't offering me $25 an hour, then we can't talk. So that's what you need to know. Like, what is your bare minimum that you need to that you want to make, and then you also need to know how much like what hours you want to work, what days of the week you want to work. Do you want to work weekends? Are you available evenings? Like those are all the things that you set in your intentions. This is a co-creation. Your higher power will give you whatever you want. You just got to tell them what you want. But if you say I'll take anything, then that's what they go give you is anything. Oh, you could work at the gift shop, Pisces. I like that. Like, there's some good suggestions in here about different things. Like you're giving such a broad umbrella of things that you want to do. I want to work at the hospital. You could do. You could be like the parking lot person. You could be like the security person here. There are so many things you could do at the hospital. So you need to narrow it down. Like, what are your top three things that you want to do at the hospital? What are the top three hospitals you want to work? What are top three shifts that you want to work? Like, those are all things that you have to set in your attention, and this is a good time. Make your list and put your list somewhere where you can see it. And if your intention is like, hey, I want to have a job by Friday, then put that on your list. Hey, I want to have a job by Friday. I set my intention on a lot of things. And when you set those intentions and like, well, this is what my sister Keena says all the time. Decide what you want and reject everything that doesn't align with that. And I know, like, you want a job, but don't just say I'll take anything that pays, because you won't take anything that pays. Listen, Pornhub pay. Will you take that? I'm just saying. All right. Does anybody else have anything for Miss Harlem Queen?
I don't.
All right. Who's next?
Pornhub.
I'm just
Only
saying. Like, you
fans.
say I'll take anything. You That's anything.
Only fans.
If Keena hasn't told you that you made the list and you haven't made the list, Keena lets you know when you're on the list. I have 6 people on the list right now. And then right now we're on Revite 21. So are you here, Revite 22? I think it is. Is it Revite? Revati? Whoever it is.
What is that? Feet one. You could sell your feet. You could your socks. Walk around and sell your socks to people.
Listen, Erica Badu was selling her essence. Like, she was just selling panties that had her essence on it. So, I mean, I guess you could sell whatever you want to sell.
You could sell your dirty panties.
Listen, there are people who will buy anything.
Yep.
Look, let me think. Like, wait, let me think about that. I'm telling you, I might need to go back in the thing. I'm just saying, people. Is
Get
this
creative. There's
Reviving
people
22
that'll
here?
buy your
Are you
fingernail.
still here, honey? Not the hood. I'm telling you, Alicia, look, you said anything, and anything means anything. You could be a gardener. Like, it's so many things you can say. Don't say anything, because they'll be like, well, shit, just throw her anything. Hi, Yvette Braggs.
Not
Listen,
the
don't
dirty
play.
pig.
Listen, they will buy it. Revite or whoever this is, if you're not here, we're gonna move on. Who's next, Keena? Once we finish this next person, if you haven't showed up in the chat, then we're taking you off the list. So, what is this?
My first
C3?
list.
Lord, what glasses? Y'all be talking
Why?
about glasses.
How old are
Hey,
you,
look,
and
I
why
feel
do you
left out because all y'all got
care
on
if you're
glasses and
first
I
love?
don't. Huh?
Why? Look, I'll take them off. Is that better?
No, now I'm all feeling left out, so I'm just gonna keep them on. So who is this? Is this O3 Sophia?
Yeah. They want to know
Okay,
if their
Sophia,
first
are you
love
here?
still thinks about me.
You want to know if your first love still thinks about you? Why?
That's what I said. Why? I got no.
Even the Lord was like,
Like,
wow. Lavida, you can go ahead.
Huh?
You want to know if your first love still love you? My first love was batshit crazy. If he still loves me or he still thinks about me, Lord help me and him. Because no, thank you. I was 17.
I still get no. Two
Yeah,
pendulums.
I would say no.
Sophia, are you even here after you done asked us this love question? Got my blood pressure all up? Did Sophia's first love still contact her? No, the pendulum was like, no, and why should he? Like, you are too old for this. Move on, honey.
I got
Absolutely not. He is
mine
not thinking about
now.
you. And look, every pendulum in here was like, no. And can you stop thinking about him too? They all collectively was talking to each other like, no. And please stop thinking about him. Move on, ma'am. All right, who's next, Keena? Sophia?
Yeah,
I don't even
3
know what
pendulums
you
said
on
no.
that. Because he was your first love, and it was a very immature love. Like, you should just go ahead and let it go, honey.
Let it go.
Who's next, Keena? The Lord is just not pleased with y'all in these questions. He like, you know what? I'm going to take a nap. General. Okay,
General.
Miss Sharon, I'll take that general. Immediately when I read that, Sharon, I heard it's harvest season. You planted a lot of seeds. You've done a lot of work, and it's time for a lot of your projects to come to fruition. The first thing I heard is don't be scared, still move forward. Like courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward in face of your fear. So you are fearful of something because there's a lot of things that you put into work, and I feel like a couple projects that you have are ready to go forward or to go live, and you're a little bit nervous, and they're telling me to tell you to move forward even in face of your fear. Do not give up on it. They're showing me the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is hard work. That's you mastering your task. That's you working on your skills. And they said you've put in all this hard work, you've planted all this seeds, you've already planted the seeds, you've worked hard on it, and now it's time for you to harvest. So your Nine of Pentacles is next. They're showing me the seven, eight, and nine. So you've already walked through those. So Ten of Pentacles is right after that. So for me, your thing is to focus on your projects and go ahead and get them to fruition. So that's what I got from Miss Sharon. Sharon, are you still here? All right, y'all can go ahead and do Miss Sharon. All right. Okay, she's still here.
Go ahead, Miss Lavita.
So I have the world here, the Five of Wands, and the Two of Cups. I feel like something has recently came to completion in your life. Um, Similar to what Angie said when she mentioned there being like weeds and you're kind of like, I believe you said like uprooting or something like that. That's
It's
kind of what.
harvest season. Yeah,
Oh,
she
okay.
planted the seeds. Yeah, and now it's time for her, and she's worked hard on the, on getting them, nurturing them, and now it's time to come to fruition.
Hmm. So yes, I definitely feel like with this Five of Wands and then Two of Cups, you've gotten all the like weeds per se out of the way, and now it is like completion. Things are in harmony right now. I also have the orange card with enthusiasm, fun, and vitality are the three words assigned to it. So I feel like moving into this new chapter, there is going to be it. The energy is much lighter now, is what I'm getting. So that's all I have.
What is the yes I did? Did somebody ask her a question? What is she saying? Yes, I did too.
I did not
Um,
ask a question.
I'm not.
What are you saying? Yes, I did too, Miss Sharon. Go ahead, Miss Lavita. Were you done with her?
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, then go ahead, Sherry.
Okay, so I got a two of, I read playing cards. So I got the two of spades, which means conflict. And it's kind of interesting because you put that you had a lot of haters. So there, the fighting and conflict and strife and things that you've been trying to gain and get for yourself. Then I got the Four of Spades, which is about personal growth, enlightenment, but it also can be with business and work and dedication and hard work. So you're putting in the work or whatever it is you're working on. And work doesn't have to be financial, it could be like hobbies, your self growth, anything that has to do with working. Because I'm getting the working sign. And then I got the 10 of Diamonds, which is about joy and personal matters and development again. So you've had these fighting this to get through your shit stuff, sorry. And then now you're doing your personal growth and you'll be successful in that. Again, validating what Angie and Lavita said that you've planted these seeds, you've worked hard for it, and now you're moving on.
And she said something about haters. You only have haters because you tell too many people your business. Nobody should know what you're
Yeah.
doing. You should just be walking along, doing your projects, getting your stuff out. And by the time your haters or the people who have negative feelings towards you know what's going on, you've already accomplished what you want. When you're doing this business thing, nobody needs to know about it but the people who are involved in it or you and your higher
Mhm.
power. So if you have haters, it's because you've been talking a little bit too much about what's going on and they're spewing negativity about it in this discord because you need to move in silence. Nobody should know about what's going on in your business. So stop telling people what you're doing. Every move that you're going to make, or every time you get an accomplishment, or every time you get some a grant, or every time you get some kind of forward movement, stop telling everybody, because then they put negative thoughts in, and then that focuses your energy to the negative instead of positive. If you want to stay moving in the positive direction, then you need to stop telling people what's going on with your situation and move yourself forward. Your higher power is protecting you, but you do tell too much. Like as soon as you get any kind of inspiration, you tell everybody what you want to do. Um, and so that's why you have what you're calling as haters, or people who are spewing, who are saying these negative things about you. Because I do get the ten of swords, but they're getting the ten of swords because they know more about your business than they should know about it. If you didn't tell anybody, then if you know he's against you, then why would you tell? Like, this don't make any sense. If I'm telling somebody something and I know that they're the bad person, then I stop telling them their business. Like, um, it seems like you like the chaos and the confusion of it, and you keep putting yourself back in it. Even if you pull you're not even trying to pull yourself out of it. You like being in it. You like having something to talk about. And they're saying is, if you want to be out of this, just stop telling everybody your business. Nobody needs to know. You move forward, and you should have, like, if your circle doesn't inspire you to move higher, then you don't have, then you have a bad circle. You have a cage, not a level of people that'll uplift you. You should be inspired by and want to achieve more, looking at your circle of friends, than staying at the same level. If all they're going to do is sit with you and gossip and woe is me together, then that's not the circle you need. You need somebody who's going to inspire you to want to do more. Like, when I started saving, it's literally because one of my friends was like, "Oh, I have this amount of money in the bank," and I'm like, "Well, damn, I don't even have enough money." Like, if emergency come up, I don't have any money. And just her one comment that she said about how much money she had in her savings account made me think, "Hey, Heifer, you need to start saving some money." And so that made me focus on saving money. So if your circle doesn't inspire you to do better, then you're running with the wrong circle. You should always want to be. If you're the top person in your circle, then you need to expand your circle to another level where people are inspiring you to want to do more, and to stop telling your business to everybody. Nobody needs to know what you're doing except for you and your higher power, and whoever's working on this project with you. Like, if you're getting it for feedback, then you need to be talking to somebody who's doing the business that you're trying to go into, getting feedback from that person. Asking me about how to cut flowers would be useless, because I know nothing about cutting flowers. But if you went to a florist, they will give you good inspiration. They will give you good information. So if I'm in your circle, I'm not the person you need to be talking about cutting flowers. It would be somebody else. And I'm not saying that's what your business is, but what I'm saying is you need to go to an expert in the field of what you're trying to do. And your higher power is a little bit like not the word that I keep hearing is restless, but basically tired of pulling you out of the muck and then you digging yourself back in there. So that's what I
Um,
got.
Another thing I wanted to add to what you were saying, I know she mentioned like something with her father-in-law or something like that. And even if you like know that the people are bad for you, you should also be wary of like people who you're friends with, because you never know what's going on in someone else's life. So don't tempt them into honestly like kind of like wishing, not necessarily wishing bad, but it could just be subconscious. They could just not be happy with their life, and that energy is just going to radiate to you. So again, with what Angie was saying, it is just best to
Listen,
be quiet with.
exactly. And you need a little bit of therapy, because you done said adopted father about 17 times. You done played that violin over and over and over and over again. Okay, you're adopted. My daughter is adopted. Let me tell you what she is not doing, playing that violin about people who don't love her. She gravitates to the people who love her and the people who support her. Those who do not, she moves on. So you don't play that violin too long. Okay, you're adopted. Okay, he's not supporting you. Move on and stop talking to him and go to the next person. Maybe you need to relocate and get completely out of that circle and move on. But this violin that you're playing, this sob story, your guides have heard it all too often. They're like, let it go. We get it. We totally get it. We understand the circumstances were not the best for you from the start. You move forward. You are the person that you are. Let's go forward from here. Okay, you were adopted. Okay, fine. You've made it to adulthood. You have this beautiful idea. You've put all this hard work in. Are you going to keep letting that be the overshadow, or are you going to move forward in peace and prosperity and set your goals and intentions for things that'll uplift you? If family isn't helping you and isn't what you want them to be, then you need to move on. Like my daughter, I adopted, she had older siblings, and none of them adopted her, or none of them took her in. And so, just because they're family doesn't mean that they're always seeing or wanting to do for the best for you. But you move on and let go. Stop harping on the fact that you're adopted, or that your adopted father isn't for you. Why are you still communicating with this person? Why are you still subjecting yourself to your person? You're a whole ass adult at this point, and you make decisions for yourself. You don't have to talk to anybody that you don't want to talk to. You don't have to interact with anybody that you don't want to interact with. What you need is some tough love, somebody to say, hey, enough is enough. Move forward, move on. If these people aren't supporting you, then you find a new group of people. A lot of the people that are in my support system are not all family. A lot of them are friends or coworkers and things like that I have met. You don't have to stay in that muck. You're putting
Wins.
yourself back in there. Every time your higher power pulls you out, you put yourself back in there, and then you want to play that violin. Let it go. We don't do pity parties here. What we do is motivation for you to move forward. So you either move forward from where you are in positivity, or you keep playing that same old violin.
What do you mean? I'm your twin.
Exactly.
Oh,
So Miss
change your
Sharon, I
tribe.
hope that helps
That's
you.
all I need to. I'm like, change your tribe. If you're concerned about your haters, change your tribe. You are the one that's in control of that.
Exactly.
100%. I've had
Exactly.
to change my tribe.
And it's okay to keep changing them. Like the people that I hung with in high school, the people that I hung with in college, the people that I hang with now, you can change those people. You don't have to have the same people over and over. Like you don't have to keep your third grade friend all the way through the rest of your life. Maybe you outgrew that person. Maybe your goals were a little bit bigger than theirs and they don't understand it. So instead of helping you to ascend, they're keeping you tied down and holding you, because I see a chain that is holding you down. Like you're trying to
Funny, I
ascend
pull out
higher, but
chains.
there's a chain, and I think it's that family history, that wanting to belong. That is your issue. You want to belong to something. And so you're subjecting yourself to all of this hurt and help and pain, because you want to belong and you want to have that family. But you can have that through your business or through your acquaintances or through your business partners. You don't have to stick with people who are not treating you right. Like you're a whole adult. You make the decisions to say, hey, you're holding me down. You're an anchor. You're not helping me to ascend higher. I'm going to distance myself from you and
So
move
let
forward
me
with positivity.
let me tell you something. I am actually a pretty isolated practitioner, and my tribe, which is Angie, Lavida, Kina,
Oh, you
Bonnie,
froze. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
um, they know that I'm kind of isolated, that I isolate myself. And Angie, my twin over there, she checks on me. I neglect to check on her, but so even though you're alone, I still have I don't have like my biological family except for my two kids in California, but I have this family. So even though you're alone, you can still have a tribe. You can still create those bonds. You can still create those friendships. So when you decide to isolate yourself, that's kind of self-destructive. I'm grateful that I have them. I'm grateful that Spirit told me to go give that woman a hug that night. I'm blessed because even though I do tend to isolate myself, I know that I still have them. And that's what you're not allowing yourself to
Another
have.
thing that they're saying, Sharon, is when you meet somebody, you have word vomit. You just tell them your whole have family history, and you play that same song over and over and over again. They said get a new narrative. Start with a different story. When you meet somebody, everybody should know that you're adopted. Everybody should know about your adopted father. Everybody should know about all your woes. start a new narrative. They want you to start a new story that you're talking about. So when you meet somebody, the first thing out your mouth isn't how horrible your family is. It's how great you are at this opportunity to meet a new person or to meet somebody else. Whatever business you're going into, you can find your tribe. Like this is what we do, so this is our tribe. Our tribe is what is the group of people that we practice with, that we meet with, that we interact with, we have food with, we break bread with. We created our own tribe. So you don't have a tribe because you don't want a tribe. You can have one. It just doesn't have to be your family. It could be somebody in the same who has the same goals and things that you have. So you could meet somebody at a support group. You could meet somebody at an adopted support group or something like that. Like there's so many different ways you could go in order to meet somebody. Okay, all right then. Well, all right then. Well, you already have the answer. Then have a great day. Who's next, Keenan? Woo, Lord help the child. And for the person who said, I think it was Jasmine Lee, you said you can't see the questions. There are about 7 or 8 different platforms that we're on. There's like 3 YouTubes, there's 2 Facebooks, there's a Twitter and a Twitch. So you may not be able to see everything
Yeah.
because all the stuff we use Restream. So Restream brings all those platforms into us and we can see all of the questions. But the people who are not on your, you can only see the questions for the people that are on your platform. Okay. So even though you can't see the questions that they have, we're putting them up on the screen for you to see what the question is, and it's not in your chat because there's so many different chats, and all you can see is the one that you're on. Okay, all right, Miss Jasmine.
I
All
forgot
right,
to make
so
my Facebook open to the public.
La Lima, she said, "What's
Oops.
going on in my connection and love? What are spirits' advice on the same?" All right, Miss Lavida, you can go ahead and go first.
So this is a love connection I'm getting and not like connection to spirit, I'm presuming. So one moment, let me shuffle some cards.
Miss La Lima, are you at the end of a relationship? Because I heard tell him first, tell him no first. That was the very first thing I heard was that like tell him no first. Are you at the end of a love relationship or are you trying to end something, or is somebody asking you to do something in a romantic relationship that you don't want to do? And I heard tell him no first. Then I also heard let it go, like the song from Frozen, let it go, like move on and let it go. You're trying to hold on to something that kind of needs to be let go. Like it's past its expiration date. Like they're showing me a gallon of milk and the expiration date. So I'm thinking that whatever this romance is or this connection is past its expiration date, and you're just trying to see if it could be possibly, if you tilt your head to the side and squint a little bit, maybe open the door for something else. And they're saying no. So that's what I'm getting for you regarding love. Let it go and move on. And concentrate on your work and your studies. They're showing me books. So is there education? Like, are you studying for a course for something or thinking about going back to school? Because I see books and I see the word education. So they're saying that's where your focus needs to be, on your education and not on this situation that is past its expiration date. So that's what I got for you, Miss Lalima. So you guys can go.
All right, so I have the Queen of Wands, the Empress, and the Two of Cups. I feel like right now, yeah, these are very good cards. What the Queen of Wands is telling me is I feel like right now you're really in the energy of you're trying to socialize, meet new people. I feel like you're trying to attract a partner currently right now. But if there is someone particular in mind, I also have this oracle card, which just the three corresponding words are chilled, frigid, and frozen. Um, which is kind of odd having all these like very lively cards and then that. So I'm not quite sure if there's someone in particular you have your eyes set on, but I feel like within that connection with them, they really aren't feeling the same. I think they're very distant and blocked. And they just aren't the right person for you. They aren't compatible, whoever this person is. Um but just continue to put yourself out there in the meantime. Um, yeah, that's all I have.
It's funny that you said that with that last. The first thing that I got was sit in silence. So for me, that says like you need to meditate and ground yourself more. Like I'm not seeing the roots of the earth attached to your feet. But I did get like sit in silence. Um, I'm not quite sure what that means, but then you pulled that card and that kind of validated what I was getting. As far as the cards I pulled, I have the um king of the king of clubs is like judgment, like you're judging yourself for but stop judging yourself. Then I get the seven of diamonds, which is you are believing the lies that people are telling about you. How do I explain this? It's like shadow work. You believe the crap that you're told from peers, from childhood, from traumas. And I think that's what this means is like you need to stop to that in your head, which is really hard to do. Then I got the ace of diamonds, which means new opportunities are coming and good luck is coming for you. So again, I got the sit in silence. It's hard to not listen to the bullshit that other people say about you because as humans, we tend to care about what other people think about us. But to be quite fair, I say this quite often is what other people think about you is none of your damn business. It's what you think about you that's important. So I think that this love that you're trying to pull in, you need to remember to love yourself. And that's what I'm getting.
And you know what? That was her question. What makes me attract these people? You are attracting the energy that you put out. If the energy
So
that you're putting out is very needy, very, I want to, like, very, uh, what's the word? Desperate, needy, clingy. That's what you're going to get. Somebody who's going to feel, who's going to, um, they're going to come in and they're going to like they're going to be needy, they're going to need you, and they're going to use and abuse you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to use
mhm.
your, they're going to take your kindness for weakness. They're going to use that up because that's what you're putting out there. I want to nurture somebody, I want to love somebody. I don't know if you've ever heard the story of me talking about my fish Bertram and how I got, like, why I got him. Like I had a very strong desire for a fish, and I kept saying, well, why do I want this fish? And my guides finally told me, you want something to nurture, you want something to love. And so that fish came in. And so when I put all my focus on my little fish and on my little nurturing him, it took so much of the focus off of dating. And I wasn't attracting the same kind of needy people or the same kind of people who weren't ready for love. You have to decide, do you even know what your love language is? What lets you know that somebody likes you? What lets you know that somebody loves you? For me, it's actions. Listen, if you go feed me, you go remember things that I told you. You gonna remember my favorite food, my favorite movie, my favorite that I like ice, and make sure that I have ice. If I'm an actions person, if you say you're gonna do it or you notice it, that's what I am. I'm a person that likes actions and consistency. So that's my love language. Actions and consistency. Is yours touch? Is yours kind words? Like, you need to know what your love language is. So you can't even call in what you want because you haven't decided what your love language is. So how can you tell the universe to send me this when you don't even know what it is? Is he tall? Is he short? Is he funny? Is he nerdy? Is he rich? Is he poor? Is he a philanthropist? Is he a person that nurtures you and loves you? Like, what is it that you want? You have
This
to give the universe
is
something to look for. And if you don't know what you want, then how's the universe gonna give you? They go, oh well, she want the next Willie Lump Lump. Let's just give her this one. He got a big penis, but but he ain't gonna love her
got
right.
big
He just
hands.
go, you know what I'm saying? So you have to decide what you want. You can put all those things in there and say you want somebody who's loving and who likes all the things that you like, even your sexual desires and everything that you want. You could put all that out there, but you have to at least know what you want. or you're just going to keep getting whatever. Who's up next? Like, oh, okay, this the next one that's in line. Let's get that one. Let's get that one. Your vibe attracts people. You know how they say, whatever you put out there, that's what you're pulling in. That's what you're getting. Law of attraction. All those things are true. The vibe that you put out is the vibe that you put back. If you put desperation out, you go get somebody who's going to feed into that desperation and treat you like crap. You have to have a purpose. Listen, one of the things I would tell you to do is for real to read Steve Harvey's book, Think Like a Man, because one of the things he says is if you don't have goals, then you ain't gonna do it. I always tell the story about this day we were leaving the club and these guys were walking up behind us as we were walking along, and they were saying the most nasty and vulgar things ever. We didn't turn, we didn't stop, we kept on moving, and they was yelling and screaming it. By the time they got up to us, you know what he said? Good night, you young ladies, you have a great day, because we decided that that was not something that we wanted to engage in. And so you set the standard. You decide how people want to treat you. The other day I was on the phone. Somebody texted me like, "Oh, well, I guess I just ain't gonna hear from you unless I text you." I guess that's the truth. Then don't come at me sideways, because I can come back the same side too. Like, you decide how people are gonna treat you. If I tell you that I got to be to work at 6 o'clock in the morning and I go to bed at 11 o'clock, you calling me at 12 o'clock means that you're disrespecting my sleep time. I said I go to bed at 11. You calling me at 12. You're disrespectful. I don't have to engage with you because I already told you, and I'm not gonna keep telling you. I go to bed at 11. You calling me at 12 means that you don't give a fuck about my day or how I have to get up in the morning and go to work. So right there means I don't want you. So you decide and tell people how they treat you. If you decide that you just go lay down and be a doormat, then they go walk all over you, and that's what you're going to get. But you have to set the stage as to what you want. I don't listen. I had to tell this one person one too many times. I'm a lady. You gonna talk to me like a lady. You're not gonna talk to me like I'm your boy. You're not gonna talk to me like I'm your like I'm just some jump off, like I'm some, like I'm just some little trick on the side. I'm a lady. If you don't know how to speak to a lady, then we don't have no more conversation. You decide how people treat you, and that's how they'll act accordingly. Don't be afraid to walk away from somebody, because just like he made one penis, he made 1,000 more, honey, and you can find another one. You are tripping by letting these people treat you like
I
that.
am.
Make your boundaries and stick to them. Like, this is the road that you can't cross. And for mine, it's my sleep, honey. I'm too old not to be getting my sleep. And no, I'm not. Like, I had this one person, he got for work every day at 10 o'clock. He'd be like, "You ain't gonna stay up?" No, I'm not. I have to be to work at 6. I don't call you at 6 o'clock in the morning when I get up and go to work, because I respect the fact that you're asleep in the morning. So you go respect the fact that I'm asleep at night. That's the
You can
thing.
also buy your penis.
You can do that too. Amazon sell
Just
them all day.
throwing that out there.
Amazon sell them all day.
All day. All day, every day. Poor Lavida. She has to listen to this.
Exactly. Love is a verb. Exactly, Jasmine Lee. That is correct. Love is a verb. Makes total sense. Actions
Angie,
speak
you
for
cussed.
themselves. I did cut. Because sometimes people just be needing to hear me. Like, it be a
You
wake up
cut.
call. They be like,
That's
"Oh my
like,
God," they go to clutching their pearls, but they remember exactly what I said because they clutched their pearls, because they like, "Oh, this little nice young lady with this little halo around her head, and I said a cuss word. I know, made her that mad that she had to cuss."
yeah. Angie, throwing out the F bomb. That's my job.
All right, Miss Lalima. I hope that helps. But again, are you going back to school because you never did address that part? Because they told me that education is where you should be focusing on and what you should be looking forward to, and letting this connection, whatever that connection is that you're trying to hold on to, go. So is education something that you're going, or you're going back to school, or you're studying for something? So they're saying that's where your focus should be, is on that. And love will come in. But again, oh, you're a doctor. So, oh, are you? Oh, well, there you go.
Are
But
you
there's so many
changing
programs.
practices? Are you changing specialists,
Right.
specialties?
Like, there's some kind of education or continuing education that
Hmm.
you're getting, and that's where your focus needs to be, and not on daydreaming about Willie Lump Lump.
I'm going to Dubai
I'm
to
planning to go to Dubai, so I have to give an example. Okay, so you are studying.
Mm.
What do we say? Are you studying? You said I'm a
Rosie,
doctor. What
just
does that have to do with studying?
Rosie,
Moving.
just put your question in
Who, Rosie? Yes,
the
Rosie,
list.
go ahead and put your question in. So you have to take an exam. Exactly. So when we said, are you studying for a test, or getting some more education, that's what we meant.
I'm changing countries. Okay, yeah.
All right. Well,
Deep
continue to
hair.
focus on that. I do think is you'll be successful in that. I do see you moving. I do see the sands and everything in my vision. So I think that's a positive thing. But you have to get your focus on that and experience love in a different way. And so love will come once you get this thing out of the way. Like you have to decide what
What?
order you want things in. And right now, that's what needs to be your priority. All right. Because I mean, like if you're planning on moving to Dubai and then you meet somebody, you expecting this person to uproot their life and move with you, or you gonna let them keep you from going? Like right now, any love situation would be a distraction because if I'm moving out of the country and this person ain't, unless you about to meet them in an expat group where y'all are talking about moving together, otherwise it's going to delay your move or it's going to keep you from focusing on your move. So love doesn't seem like something you should be focusing on anyway, because if you're trying to move on, again, is this person going with you or is they gonna make you stay?
Sit in
Oh,
silence.
okay. What does one have to do with the other? Like, is he the proctor of the exam? Like, what does he have to do with you getting this exam done? Because you said like, even if he is there, then it shouldn't matter. I need to take a test. Like, what does he have to do with you? Like, one doesn't have to do anything with the other. You need to focus on the exam and getting your test done. Whether he's there or not, it doesn't matter. He's not the person that's. Is he giving you the answers to the test? Okay, Pisces. Wondering Brian's true intentions. Will he?
Brian's deceptive.
Let me tell y'all
Brian's
this,
just
and
trying to
I
get in
feel
your
like we got to
pants.
keep saying this over and over again. Men are not that complicated. If he likes you, you'll know that he likes you. You'll know. He'll return your texts. He'll return your calls. He'll want to spend time with you. It's not that hard. If you got to go to a psychic and ask you if the person that you like you too, then you doing too much. Are y'all having sex? Because if you got to come to you ain't come to a psychic to ask if you should let him insert the penis, did you? You just went ahead and had sex with this person. So I just don't understand. Like y'all be doing too much. Y'all be going to a psychic after you done let this person then use you as all kinds of facilities. Okay. Go ahead. Miss Lavida, you can go ahead and tell her what Brian's intentions is.
Okay. So I'm not quite sure how long you've known Brian. I'm not sure if like I have the 6 of Cups here, so that's kind of making me think he may be like a childhood friend, but he may not be. Um I don't think Brian has the same ideas as you do for a relationship. I also think it is kind of sexually motivated. Um uh yeah, I feel like he's the type he's like talking to other people in a sense.
I
He
see that
he
Knight of
just
Wands, like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
he
Player.
sees you as like a just an opportunity to have sex
Another
basically.
notch on the belt, baby. But
That's
this is my
exactly what I have.
thing.
Brian wants in your pants. That's what I got. I got your
And this is
panties
what I
strapped to the
got with
floor.
Pisces. Did you try this? Hey, Brian, do you want a relationship or are you just looking for
Or
sex?
do you just want to have sex?
Like literally, somebody just contacted me in the app and said, "Do you want to be um,
Friends with
um,
benefits.
friends with benefits?" And I didn't know what that. First of all, I had to look up what them initials was, and I said no. And
Girl, you
I
didn't call
applaud
me.
his honesty. I told him no,
DFT.
but I right. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you're an adult. Stop at like y'all want to be an adult and have an adult relationship, but then you want to revert back to a child and be like, well, I'm scared to ask him. Can my friend go and ask him if he like me? You're a whole ass adult. Go over there and say, hey, do you want a relationship? Are you or not? It's just that simple. You don't need to come to a psychic to say, do he like me or what are his intentions? Hey, do you want to move forward or not? Do you want to go to the movies or not? One of the guys, the last guy that I was dating, the reason that he even got the date is because he was persistent. He kept saying, "Hey, you want to go out? Hey, you want to go to the movies? Hey, we should meet up." And that's why we met up. Guys who like you let you know. If he's not doing any of those things, then he doesn't want to be with you. And you're wanting something more than he wants in this situation. Like, even just a little bit of flirting, he just trying to see where you land. Like, are you going to give it to him, or do he got to put in some work for it? Like, men are not that complicated. Y'all are going too hard on this situation with love. Do he like me? Ask him. Like, literally, that's what your mouth is for. Hey, do you want to date me? Do you want to move forward? You want to go to the movies? You want to go have coffee? Are we just friends? Are we just cool? Is it just whatever? What's the worst he could say? No, I don't want to date you. No, I
Yeah,
don't. And then you move
I
on,
just
and you
want to
know, and you don't have to keep
get in
wondering if he
pants.
does like you or not. And I feel like I'm being harsh, but again, you are whole ass grown adults. Like, literally, you can't say to a person that you like, "Do you like me?" That's all I'm saying.
Yes, agreed.
What's love got to do with it? It's playing in her head. Exactly. Like, you've romanticized something in your head when you could have just asked the question, "Hey, do you have a girlfriend?" Like, men will say, "Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a man?" No. Are you dating somebody? Like, they'll ask those questions. Why can't you go back and ask those same questions? You're a grown adult. That's what your mouth is for. Like, do y'all speak a different language? Like, you didn't need to come to us and ask him what his intentions are. Hey, Brian, are we going to the movies this weekend? Do you want to go have coffee? That's it. Does anybody else have anything for Pisces?
Nope.
And I
I
know,
just say he
and I
wants
know
her.
with a name like Pisces, you romanticizing this all through your head. You done mapped out y'all first date. You done mapped out y'all the wedding ceremony. You done moved all the way into what kids y'all gonna have, what house y'all gonna have. You done saw this
Hmm.
relationship all the way from the beginning to the end 17 times in your head, because with Pisces, we are romantic like that, and we are imaginative like that, and we'll envision it in our head 80 times before we'll even have it play out in reality. And so just ask him, do like what was it that you want? Like, are you trying to have a girlfriend? Are you just trying to have sex? Do you like me in that way? Like, just say it. It ain't that hard. But I don't get that he's trying to be in a relationship. I actually do get that hit it and quit it energy.
He
I don't know
didn't quit it.
here, but that's what I got. All right, who's next, Keena?
Jump it and bump it.
I hope Jasmine is next, because she been asking about this marriage thing, and I just want to tell you that I'm never gonna root against your marriage. I'm never gonna tell you to get a divorce ever. I will tell you to weigh the pros and cons. Like, you've been with this person long enough to know whether this person is going to change, whether this person is not going to change. If every morning when you get up, you don't want, like, if you sit in your car and you don't want to go in the house because this person is there, then you need to decide whether that's something. Like, you don't need God to be like, "Hey, you might want to go. He's not nice to you. He doesn't help you with the bills. He doesn't help you with the children." Like, you decided, like, you knew before you got pregnant whether you wanted to be with this person or not, and you let this go on, and now you're in a situation where you're going to be tied to this person for a lifetime, or you're going to have to make the decision to end the pregnancy. So you have a lot of decisions. Do I want to move forward with this person? Do I want to end this relationship? Do I want to keep this baby? Do I want to be tied to this person for a long time? But you allowed yourself to get into this situation when you're a grown adult, and you could have just said, "Hey, no, I don't want to do this anymore." If you didn't like the way this marriage was going, why would you allow yourself to get pregnant? Like, why are you still having sex with this person? So you don't need spirit to tell you whether you need to divorce your husband or not. That's a decision that you need to make. Like, what are the pros and cons? These are the reasons I want to stay. These are the reasons I want to go. If one outweighs the other one, if my joy and happiness isn't surrounded in that relationship, and I don't feel nurtured, I don't feel loved, I don't feel safe to be myself, I don't feel like you're going to be a good provider, I don't feel like you're going to be a good leader, then that's your answer right there. You don't need spirit to tell you to go. Y'all always want to lay down your power and be like, "Well, what would God want me to do?" What He wants you to do is use that mind that He put inside your head. That's why He gave you a brain to make decisions like that. And if so, you could just be like, "Okay, this is where I am now. I'm feeling like divorce. How do I get from here to a clear answer where I need to know yes or no?" I'm not getting, I'm not going to advise you on whether you should get a divorce or not. That's just not something that I would do. You guys can go ahead and advise Miss Jasmine.
So Jasmine, I believe she did say that she is currently pregnant right now. So this is definitely a very big decision and a pressing matter right now, especially if you're pregnant. Of course, I'm not going to advise you whether or not you should get a divorce, but from what I'm hearing, you need to make a decision and soon, especially if you're pregnant. There is now another thing you need to consider. Are you going to want to raise a child with an unhappy marriage? Do you want your child consistently seeing you two arguing or not happy? Do you want that? Um, so that's definitely something to consider. But, if you want to put in the work with him and go to therapy, do this and that, but once you have that child, you're really locked down. So this is definitely your time to make a decision. Um, so that's all I have.
Do you
Um,
have anything for her? Sherry?
no, I don't do medical questions, and I think terminating a pregnancy is a medical question. But um, as far I agree with what Lavida said, is like if you choose to have this child, know that you are bound to that person for the next 18 years and longer, unless they completely walk out of your life. And that is something that you have to decide for yourself. And I just don't have a, I just don't want to do medical questions like that.
Well, there are several things that are going on here. You said he's offered counseling. He's offered to go to counseling with you.
Mhm.
That can't hurt. I mean, you can go to counseling and get a neutral
A
third
third
party opinion.
opinion.
And you can try that. Like you can go in and do like 3 to 5 sessions and be like, okay, well, if in 5 sessions I still don't feel the same, then I'll move on. Um, you said that he can't do it the way that I want, but are you willing to compromise? Like I said, 20 years ago, Angie wasn't ready for a husband. She wasn't ready for a relationship of that magnitude, of a whole commitment to marriage, because when you're in a marriage, it's a different level than we're just dating and I could just walk away. For me, and I don't know if that's for you, but again, 20 years ago, Angie, her and her husband would have been on cops, handcuffed in separate cars, because we I was still very volatile back then. Right now, I know that I don't have to win every argument, I don't have to make all the decisions, I don't have to engage in all this conversation that is negative. I can just walk away. I can just let go. I can see the other person's point of view. So when you say he won't do it the way that you want, is it just you solely wanting to walk this line and he has to get on that line with you, or is there compromise that you two can have in between? That's where a marriage counselor will come in, and if he's offered to go to counseling, unless this is just one of his regular tactics to keep you, then I would at least go and see what a marriage counselor would have. It should be somebody that you both agree upon. I wouldn't recommend going to your pastor, because your pastor is always going to usually go with do what your husband says. And so I would say go to a marriage counselor, one that you've seen fit, or that's something that you can pray about. Like, you seem to be a religious person. They show me you praying and having your they show me you like this, so I will believe you're praying. You could ask your higher power, who show me the person to go to, the right person, the right therapist to go to, in order to make this move forward. Should I stay, should I go? Again, I'm never going to root against a marriage, and I'm never going to tell you to get a divorce. But what I'm saying is, if the bad outweighs the good, then that's the decision right there for yourself. So if this, you said he's offered it and he claims. So claims to me, in the way that you put the statement, is that this is something that's repeatedly happened. You've drew your line, he's crossed it. You drew your line, he's crossed it, and at this point you're at your wits end. So that's a decision that you need to make with you and your higher power. Like, okay, should I move on? Should I stay? But again, make that pro and con list and you decide. I don't see you leaving him, honestly. If when I look into your future, I just don't see you leaving him. I feel that you really do love this person. You're just frustrated. And marriage counseling may actually help you two to move forward. But you want to
Um,
make sure. that you're ready for that, because bringing a baby into a volatile situation isn't good. By the time my parents got divorced, I was so damn happy. I was just like, when is this gonna be over? Like, Lord help the child. When we go file the paperwork? Like the children
There's
know.
some
They're not blind to what's going on.
there's something that you said that kind of like got my wheels turning. You said you know he loves you, but he doesn't love you the way that you want him to. But are you loving him the way he wants you to? And like Angie said, what is your love language? So hers is action. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine and they said, you know, when I was married, my wife didn't do much for me, but what she did do was get up every morning and make me a cup of coffee. And he missed that. That was a love language for him. But examples are, I'm also like Angie, I'm an actions person. Don't sit there all day long that you fucking love me. Let me see it. So are you being receptive to the way he's expressing his love language? And have you guys talked about how to send and receive love, your type of love? Because again, don't sit there and tell me all day that you love me or sit there and text. I mean, yeah, you could text me once in a while and say that you love me. But if you anticipate me to text you all fucking day long and every 15 to 20 to 30 minutes that I love you, that's not going to happen with me. So you guys have to find a compromise on how you communicate that love. And again, if I've done everything, but he displays narcissism and toxic behavior. So is this I, as Angie knows, and a lot of people here know, the last person I dated, and I haven't dated in a year, almost a year and a half now, I think, he was definitely a narcissist. But if you want to keep making these barriers and excuses, you know, this is also when you're in a narcissistic relationship, it changes the chemistry in your. So you have to think about that too.
So you want the bare minimum from this relationship for him to be a decent human being. So you just want the bare minimum. You don't want anything like, oh, okay, I don't want a romantic night. I don't want him to help take care of the bills. I don't want him to help take care of the house. You just want the bare minimum. You just want him to be a decent human being. Like that's it. That's your line right there. Just that's it. Um, I mean, it seems like you've already made up your mind. You just want somebody to tell you it's okay to do that.
To validate it.
Yeah, you just want somebody to say, you know what, I see y'all leaving, I see y'all breaking up. You are very much tied into him. They showed me ribbons wrapped around each other and wound up and tied into each other like red tape. So you two are very much intertwined. I feel like you've been together for a very long time or for a significant amount of time. And this is how you try to get him to change. You threaten to leave, and then he changes a little bit, and then you come back, and then you threaten to leave again. So if you're not giving him a reason to change, why should he change? If you're not sticking to what it is, then why should he change? What is his reason for changing? If you're not going to if you're not going to do it. I even have this situation with my guys. I'll shut down. Like, listen, if we're not having an agreeable moment, I'll shut down and be like, you know what? I'm not doing any more readings. I'm not receiving any more messages. I'm not telling no more people nothing that you want me to say until we can come together and communicate and get to a clarity and an understanding. I'm just going to shut it all down. So you decide what you want. What you want is somebody to tell you it's okay to be divorced. It's okay to be divorced. It's okay to stay in your marriage. It's okay to have this kid and leave your husband. All of those things are okay. Whatever you decide is okay. You just have to decide what you want. It's a serious, like a divorce is a death. You're ending a long-standing situation that you've been in. You've known this person, you've interacted with this person, you've shared energy, you share bodily functions and fluids, you've shared time, you share years, you've shared a lot with this person. So what you're doing is trying to pull apart two people who have been together for a very long time, and so it's like a death. And you have to grieve it either way. You have to grieve it that I'm getting a divorce, and I have to grieve it, because filing the paperwork is just the beginning, honey. Are you going to walk through the are you going to walk through the door and keep continuing to do it when you after you file the paperwork? Are you going to sign on the dotted line? Are you going to move it forward, or are you going to continue to use this as a threat to get this person to change? Like, what is it that makes you want to say? What is it that truly, like, again? what makes you want to stay, what makes you want to leave, and what makes you confused about the situation. I'm actually gonna do a 3 card spread for you right now. The first thing is y'all got married 6 months, but I usually ask, it's so hard with him. Okay, let me do one card for what brings you two together. So let me do that. One card for what brings you two together. Let's see, Spirit, give me one card for what brings Jasmine and her husband together. Give me one card that brings you together. They're showing me flowers and love, so I'm assuming that love is or wanting to be in love was the thing that brought you two together. So let me see what card is going to come out. What brings you two together? So the card I got was yes, 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, wanting to, I'm saying, have that happy home, have that happy life. That's what brought you two together, and being tired of being in the dating game. So that's what brings you two together. So then the next question I'm gonna ask is what pulls you two apart? What what pulls these two apart? What pulls Jasmine and her husband apart? Give me one card for what pulls Jasmine and her husband apart.
Oh, excuse me.
I get that it's just chaos. Like you're not communicating. They're showing me communication, and they're showing me the eight. They're showing me a page of pentacles, but he's upside down, which means that, and I usually don't do reversals, which means that you're not communicating correct effectively. That's what's pulling you two apart, is that you're not communicating well. So that's what's pulling you apart. And then what came out was this indecision. Um, um, this is what is pulling you two apart, like indecision. You don't know what to do, you don't know what road to take because you're not communicating in order to make a decision. And then what's the advice from Spirit? Let me get one card that's advice from Spirit. Queen of Wands. So that would be you standing in your power and your nurturing power to nurture the relationship. So advice from Spirit is to nurture this relationship. Try counseling out and see if that works. And if it doesn't work, or if you think he's not serious about it, then let him know before you even go. I'll agree to go to counseling, but if you're not serious about this, then I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna move on without you. Again, I have a friend who they met in high school. They met in college. We all went to college together. They met at college back in Michigan. She had the opportunity to move out to Arizona, and she told him, "You're either going to come with me to Arizona, or we're going to break up." And that was her bottom line. Those were the only two options. I'm not staying here in Michigan, so you're either going to move forward with me, or I'm going to let you go and leave you here. Love be damned. This is what it is. I'm moving forward with this opportunity. Do you want to go or not? And if you decide not, then I wish you well and you stay here. But you have to draw that line. You have to decide. So you have to decide. I'm going to go to counseling. And these are my non-negotiables. Like, what is your walk away? Do you know what your walk away is? What is it? Like, I have several walkaways. I don't like cheating. I don't like you're definitely not going to hit me. Listen, I work too hard to keep this face in order. So if you throwing blows, you need a punching bag, not me. And so those are my walkaways. You need to know what your walkaway is. So Spirit is saying, like, this is what brings you two together: wish fulfillment, wanting to have that love, wanting to have that desire, wanting to have that relationship. What pulls you two apart? Lack of communication and being able to make a decision together. You make a decision and he make a decision, then y'all bump heads about the decision. That's what's pulling you apart. What is the advice for Spirit? Nurture your relationship. So that's all I have for you.
I would like to add something. I know Jasmine mentioned that like she wants him to love a certain way, but he like isn't or something like that. My thing is, have you told him that you want it to be done this specific way? Because my thing is, I definitely do see that there is a huge disconnect with communication here. So I brought that up because I'm wondering, like, if you've already told him that you want, this the certain way and this and that, why haven't you worked on it, or like, has he just dismissed it? Because that's a good thing to consider. I mean, if he's just going to continue to dismiss this stuff, it's just going to continue on and you're going to continue to be unhappy. So I just wanted to mention that.
I like that, Lavida. I do like that. Like, did you even tell him this is what you want? Or do you only communicate that when you're in an argument? I told you I wanted this. You never listened to me. So that's a bad time to have that discussion. You need to say, listen, I feel like you're not receiving the information I'm getting, or you're not understanding what I'm trying to say to you. And so you need to have this, like, whatever it is that bothers you about this person, maybe a neutral third party would help you in this situation.
Yeah, I definitely do think that like couples therapy would be pretty helpful, especially with this being such like a new marriage. So definitely would want to go couples therapy, but you want to get this settled before you have a child with this person, because now you're just getting a child involved
Exactly,
for
because
this
you know
mess.
what's going to happen when you had a child: daycare, diapers, milk, pacifiers, wipes, clothes. Babies cost a lot, honey. And if
Diaper.
you ain't, if y'all ain't on the same page right now, when you had that baby, it ain't gonna be no better. All right, who's next? We have 7 people on the list. If you want to be added to the list, just post your question and we'll go ahead and answer your question. Stephanie Augustine, may I get a reading for my highest, please? You guys can go ahead because I feel like I've been talking a whole lot.
Miss Linda, don't you mean I get to cut them out of my life when they turn 18? Why is it lifetime? It's like parasitic activity. Yes, I call my children parasites. Yeah, I know. I have a 21 and a 22-year-old. Parasites. Miss Stephanie, um, let's see. I got a lot of aces, or sorry, spades. And spades mean change or death, not death necessarily, and dead. Um, but like change in the aspect of something in a life cycle is changing. So I got the three of spades, and that is um like a battle or a setback or roadblocks or something that is preventing you from moving forward. And then I got the ace of spades, which is death in a situation that changes from worse to possibly better, whether it's physical, emotional, or yes, relationship ending and career changing. Okay. And then I got the six of hearts, which is the loyalty, stamina, long-term unity, and faithful mates. So, and a faithfulness. So you're on your right path. Keep doing these changes. They are positive changes for you. Relocate. God, you got a lot going on, girl. Um, so that's what I have.
That makes sense, Sherry Berry, because I saw her climbing a mountain, like going up a hill. You can go ahead, Miss Lavida. That's all I want.
Okay. Um, so I wasn't quite sure about what you meant by a reading for your highest. So I just did, yeah, kind of just like a general here. I have the Two of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Four of Pentacles, as well as the Amber for your Oracle card. So what this is giving me is that there's something that you're indecisive about right now, but it's not at the forefront. I think there is a decision that you will eventually need to be making, even though you don't want to focus on it right now. Um, though part of me is getting an energy that something's just gonna happen, I guess by fate, you could say. Um, hmm. And with the Four of Pentacles here, it's kind of giving me an energy of you're keeping your cards close. I know you mentioned that there's a bunch of things going on right now in your life, so I do feel that you're approaching it with you're definitely going through a lot of contemplation, and you haven't been telling a bunch of people, I don't think, about this stuff. Um, hmm. I think this is something you haven't really done before. Like you've wanted to do this for a while, and you're finally taking that leap. I see like your childhood self or like early 20s self like being super happy that you're finally doing this next step. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I know it's going to shortly fall after you make these like relocations and ending of your career or your current career. But that's all I'm getting. Kind of mixed energy.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I was chewing ice and I did not want to get that for you. Um, was it main Manoj Kumar? The answer is no. She's not going to talk to you. She does not want to get back with you. The relationship is over. As soon as I got your questions, what are her current feelings? She is a little bit annoyed. She's ready to be done with you, and she will not talk to you. Um, she thinks that you're a little bit this is what spirit is saying, not me, weird. So last name Kumar, no, she's not going to get back with you. But Stephanie, back to you. Immediately when I read your question, I saw a hill, like a mountain, like you're climbing a mountain. And what they're saying is you're focused too far ahead. You're focused on when is this going to be over? When am I going to get to the top of this mountain? And the song that I keep hearing is It's the Climb by Miley Cyrus. I don't know if you've ever heard that song, but you might not listen to that. It's the Climb. There's always going to be another mountain. I'm always going to want to make it move. It's the climb, it's the journey, it's the lessons that you get along the way. So yes, your relationship is ending, but what nuggets of information did you get from that relationship? Okay. From my relationship with my child's father, I got that I like a person who's consistent and has actions and who can make decisions. So, what is the lesson that you got from this? What is the insight that you got from this situation that's ending? You're changing, you're moving. Like there's so many things that you're doing. Any one of those things on its own are major things, but you're doing them all at the same time. And so, what they want you to focus on are what is right in front of you. What can I do right now to get me to the next level? What can I do to get me from where I am now to whatever my next step is? Some mornings I just wake up and I ask my higher power, what is my next step? What are we doing today? Um, remember in the Bible they used to be like my daily bread. What is it that I need today to make it from into this 24 hours? Because those the 48 hours, that next 24 hours aren't promised to me. Getting out of this situation isn't promised to me. So what they're saying is focus on the things that you can control right now, and not when is this going to be over? When am I going to be done with this? How can I maintain focus right now on the things that are important to me? So you decide what's important to you. Is it moving? Then that's where my focus is going to be. If this relationship is over, then and I know it's easier to say just disconnect and move on. But if you focus it on the move, or you focus it on your career change, or you focus it on the things, other things, then it lessens the blow of the relationship in this situation. So you're going through a lot of life changing moments. I want to know if this is your Saturn return, and it may or may not be, but you're really having a like, and they're telling me to tell you to look to where Uranus is in your chart, because that's where it comes through and makes changes and makes a whole bunch of upheaval and makes you see things the way that they're supposed to be. Like it's a lot of change, a lot of change and a lot of reorganization of your life. So that's what you need to find out, is where it is in your chart. And then also you need to focus forward on what you need to do, and not the longevity of the situation, because that discourages you. You're like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this. Oh my God, I gotta do that. Like the first day of school thinking, oh my God, I got 4 more years of this, is discouraging. But thinking like, oh my gosh, I just got to make it through this first week of classes and see where that takes me. And then, oh my gosh, let me make it through this first semester. Oh my gosh, let me make it through this first year. But thinking about the whole 4 years in one big bite is a little daunting and kind of help and kind of discouraging. So think about it piece by piece, compartmentalize it. this is one change, this is another change, and this is another change, because that's how they're showing it to me. The way that we're showing up on the screen is 1, 2, 3. That's how they're showing it to me, is how you need to see it as 1, 2, 3. And you need to decide where to place your focus. So that's what they're saying is focus. You decide where your focus needs to be, and that's how you move forward. But stop looking at the totality of the journey and just the steps that you need in order to make it through each day. And yes, you are. It is overwhelming, and you're doing it alone. But you have support groups. There's all kinds of support groups you can go to. There's all kinds of family and friends that can help you out. They don't necessarily need to know your business, but you can reach out to them to spend time with them to help you with your move, to help you with your career change or whatever. There's all kinds of people you can reach out to. You don't have to do it alone. Or you can go to counseling if you think that you need to have a greater or a more of a support in that way. You can go to a group, like there's all kinds of groups for people who are in a relationship or who's making a career change, or you can get with people in the area where you're going through the career change. But again, don't focus so much on the totality of the journey, but on the parts that you can control right now. So that's what I got for you. Anybody else have anything else for Miss St. Augustine or Stephanie San Augustine? All right. I hope that helps you out and it helps you to move forward. I do feel the overwhelmingness, but again, take it one part at a time. Who's next, Tina? There's 6 more questions in there. So, Esther, hmm, you guys can go ahead.
I actually was told to pull an oracle for you, but not the deck I have out. So hold on. Ouch. Seems like, and I keep getting this song, and I don't think everybody knows like 30 Heads, but there's a song that says, I keep getting visions of you, visions, visions of you. I'm stuck in a deja vu. So I think it is like something that's trying to tell you something about your ancestors. Can you see that? And it says family, survival, death, and worship. And I'm just getting that this person has a message for, and even though you're getting the vision, you're not listening to the message. So you need to listen to the message. Don't worry about the person or the image of the person that's bringing the message to you. You need to listen to the message, not necessarily who is delivering that message. I hope that makes sense. That's what I got.
So, for what I have for this, I feel like you and David may have like a similar soul tribe per se. I feel like when he shows up in your dreams, the focus isn't necessarily him. I do think that you should be focusing on who else is in your dream, not necessarily the characters, but the setting of this place. I feel like eventually in the future you will be having deja vu moments of things that happened in these dreams when he comes up. But I feel like it's more like you're about to meet people of your soul tribe, um, and they're gonna play a big purpose in your life. So it's not necessarily David you should be focusing on. It's more of the people who you'll be meeting soon. So that's just what I'm getting.
Last name Kumar. I already answered that question. Please stop putting that question in there. I already answered it. Um, no, this person is not coming back for you. Please leave this person alone. You are annoying the hell out of her, just like you are annoying the hell out of me. Stop bothering her. I understand why she thinks you're annoying because you are just a little bit.
I swear to God, it feels like I used to do coke. My nose just will not stop running, and I don't know why. You do not need to be in a relationship. I got the same thing, Lavida. Just, it's the message that needs to be received, not who is giving the message.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you laughing? Angie.
I'm sorry. This is why you shouldn't be reading text messages. Um, are y'all waiting on me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, I honestly was not getting anything about Esther. Let me read the question again, Lord. I think I just tuned it out because it was love. Okay. Is there a reason? Okay, yeah. All right. Back to the mission at hand. Okay. Is there a reason I keep getting a vision of this person? It'll be the dreams of him being where I am. Or versions of him at work. And then she said something about he proposed to her twice.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just like,
He's
it's
still
more about the
alive.
mess.
And a little background. I dream. Oh, you dreamed he proposed to you on two different occasions, and I thought he was hitting on me 9 years ago.
9 years ago.
Haven't seen him since.
Again,
No,
for
I
me,
don't.
it's not about the person, it's about the message. And Lavita said the same thing.
I don't have. I'm not getting anything on this situation. Who's asking? I don't know why. Well, I know why you're dreaming about this person. You're desiring to be in love, and you made up something in your head, or you're reminiscing that because they're showing me the Six of Cups. So I guess I am getting a message. They're showing me the Six of Cups. You're reminiscing on what you wanted the relationship to be, and not the reality of what the relationship is. And so you keep pulling him into your dreams, into your reality, because you want to know if there coulda, shoulda, woulda been an opportunity for you too, or what if that's what you're doing. You're what ifing yourself, and so you're pulling him into your subconscious. I'm assuming that when you go to bed at night, he may be on your mind. You may be a little bit lonely, or you may be looking for something. Um, Someone, and so you keep pulling him into your relationship, like Joyce Myers used to say, where the mind dwells, or something, like where the thoughts dwell, that's where the mind, whatever, the mind is going to go to where your thoughts are going. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, if I'm in my sleep wake state and the news is on, all of a sudden I'm dreaming about a police chase. I'm in a police chase and the police are trying to get to me because I've been listening to the news. So you're pulling this person into your reality because you're reminiscing about this person, or you're missing this person, or you're thinking about what shoulda, coulda, woulda been, had you not. You said you were trying to tap into someone and you saw him instead. You're very much intertwined into this person and thinking that he was your soulmate. Is just what I'm seeing. Like you really did think this person was your soulmate, and so you're not doing what you need to do in order to remove this person. If you wanted this person to be gone, you would have did a cord cutting. You could put his name on a bay leaf. You could put his name on a piece of paper in a freezer. You could just release him from your energy. There's all different kind of things you could do, or you could just wake up and ask your higher power, is there something in that dream that I need to know about, or that I need to be concerned with, or that is important? That's what I do when I wake up. I say, hey, is there anything in that dream that I need to that is important, or that I need to do? And so if they don't tell me anything, then I move on with my life and keep it forward. I remember waking up and they kept playing the same song for me every single morning when I get up. So there is a message for you. I don't, the message that I'm getting is that you're reminiscing about what it could have, should have been, or if this person was your soulmate. And I do not get that this person was your soulmate. And I get that this person has probably moved on and you're holding on to the memories of what could have, should have been.
Sorry, Jasmine. I just kind of say things sometimes. I don't have a real good filter.
All right. So Kumar, you don't ask 17 questions. You know this is free. This ain't just put your life story in here. Like if you want a for real reading, you need to pay for it. We've answered your question about the relationship. We've answered your question about love. Now you asking for career. Like where you think you at? The price is right. No. Mm-mm. All right. Who's next, Candy?
Come on down.
You a little bit abusive right now at this situation. I see.
So
I
I've
understand
known
why she
John.
is done. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Sherry.
I've known John for 4 years, so I'm not gonna read him
Okay.
because I know the situation behind. Okay. I abstain.
Go ahead, Miss Lavita.
I am very happy that you subscribed, Miss Jasmine, because
Thank you. Subscribe to all of them. Mine, to Lavita's,
yes,
and to Sherry. Yes,
Lavida,
subscribe to all of them, please.
subscribe, like, follow.
So, for your question, do you think I'll move to Arizona or do I need to be in a relationship? I think what you need is like definitely a new start. I think it's definitely leaning more towards going to Arizona. I don't see why you
She
would
cut
need to
out.
be
She
in a
froze.
relationship. What was that? Is
She
it
thought she
frozen?
froze. You're okay. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Um, so I'm not quite sure why you would need to be in a relationship. Um, but I definitely think what you're needing is new energy and stuff. I think you've definitely hit kind of like a tower moment for sure, and that's what's making you like, okay, do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? Do I need to jump ship? This and that. So I mean, it's your choice whether you which one you want to do, but I think if anything, you should sit down, meditate, ask yourself. I don't see why you would need to be in a relationship, but it's your life. You can do what you wish with it. So that's all I'm getting.
I'm so sorry. Okay. So I'm reading text messages. I'm so sorry, y'all. Like this is why. Okay. So You said, "Do you think I'll move to Arizona, or do I need to be in a relationship?" I don't understand how one, like, okay, or do I need to be in a relationship? So you can't move to Arizona if you're in a relationship. Like your person don't want to live in Arizona. Is that what the problem is? Because I feel like it's two separate questions. Am I going to Keena will put the information there about what our account. Mine is just A5says. I think that's what I am on YouTube. Keena will post what our YouTube's is for you to be able to do it. Stop testing people. Listen, Lord,
Texting.
people. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, yeah. Okay. Put your question back up, Keena, because I just cannot focus because I don't understand why, if you're in a relationship, you can't move back to Arizona, or what's holding you. Like, is there some kind of force that's like, I don't see anything that's holding you back from moving to Arizona except for you getting up and deciding that's what you want to do. Like, how much is it going to cost for me? Where am I going to live? What job am I going to do? Like, these are decisions that you can make. You're an adult. Are there children? I don't see any children involved that are keeping you there. The relationship, it either, like I just told the story about my friend, she had an opportunity to move to Arizona. You're either going to move with me or you're going to stay behind, and I'm going to take the opportunity. One shouldn't negate the other. Like, if I want to move to Arizona, these are the things that I need to do, and this is what I need to do. You said you love being in Arizona. I do see you moving to Arizona if you make the decision to move to Arizona. These are all opportunities. Like, the divine isn't saying, "Oh, you can't move to Arizona. You got to stay where you at because that's where you're at." What do you want to do? If that's what you want to do, then tell the divine what you want to do. I want to move back to Arizona. I want to live in this area. I want to have this kind of house or an apartment. I want to have this kind of job, and then set your intentions to do that and move forward toward that. Or do I need to be in a relationship? Nobody needs to be in a relationship. You decide whether the relationship is feasible for you to be in, yes or no. I don't see you having to be in a relationship. Like, that question doesn't make sense to me. So nobody needs to be in a relationship. You can choose to be in a relationship, just like you can choose to be in Arizona. Like, I feel like you need to reword the question because it doesn't make sense to me. Do I need to move to Arizona, or do I need to be in a relationship? You don't need to do either of those things. Those are choices that you make as an adult. Like, is that the problem? Is it everybody forgetting that they're an adult? Like, you're a grown ass person over 18 and you can do whatever you want. Like, your mom doesn't have to tell you, "Hey, you can't you can move to Arizona if you want to." I'm an adult. I can get a job and live in Arizona. I can get an apartment. I can get a car. I can do all of these things. I don't understand what is holding you back from moving to Arizona. I don't see any financial situation that is holding you back. I don't see any children that is holding you back. I just see that you're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs, hoping that the universe is going to pick you up and move you and just place you into a different life. You have to decide, set your intentions, decide what you want, to reject everything else that doesn't belong there. You're not ready for a relationship. I can see that now because you can't even decide where you want to live. So who wants to be in a relationship with a person who can't make an adult decision? I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with you because you can't even decide where you want to live or what you want to do. So if you wanted to live here, then you would be living here. If you it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. You're a grown ass man and you're like, "Do I need to be in a relationship?" Okay, that ought to tell you right there. No, you don't, because you don't even know how to you don't even know whether you're ready for a relationship. I don't see you at the maturity level to be ready for a relationship and not get on somebody's nerve to the point where they just want to stab you in the side of your neck. Like, literally, I feel like you would annoy somebody to the point where they'd be like, "You know what? I'm just gonna cut my own hand off to break away from this situation. You can have my hand and I'm just gonna leave." Because you are too much of an adult to be asking, "Do I need to be in a relationship?" Nobody needs to be. You decide whether that's what you want to do, whether you want to pursue it. You're the male, so you would pursue that person. And at this point, I wouldn't want you to pursue me because you can't even decide, well, should I move to Arizona or should I not? Do you want to live in Arizona or do you not? That's a personal decision. That's not something that spirit has to decide for you. Grow up. Use your balls for more than just floating devices. Who's next? This just don't make no sense to me. This y'all tripping. Like I feel like there is a hidden camera somewhere that's being like, let's see how much we could drive Angie crazy before her head explodes. These are not real questions. Like literally, I am going to a higher power, and that's what you want to know. Come on, John. You too grown for this. Come on now. You in your 30s, I do believe it is. Come on, sir. Come on, sir. Who's next? Tina, who next? John is playing with me. That wasn't even a real question. You too grown for that. What? What is carrier guidance? What does that mean? Y'all making up words? What is carrier guidance? Last name M. What is that? What is carrier guidance? I've never heard of it.
It might be career,
Oh, because
just
I'm like, what the
misspelled.
hell is career? What is carrier guidance? Like, that don't even make no sense to me. I'm like, y'all make it career. Lord help the job. Oh, Keena said he put it in there twice. Is it career guidance or carrier guidance? What is the name? Oh God, Sayender.
Career guidance for the next 5 months. Will the situation improve?
Okay, now that I can deal with. Praise the Lord, people. Exactly, Jasmine. It is so random right now. Lord help the child. Keena, did you put our stuff in there for her to be able to find our pages? She wanted to know how to get to us. And can you just put the link or whatever our YouTube is in there so she can find it? Career guidance for the next 5 months with the situation. Lord help the child. Okay. Oh, she's looking for Lavida's information. Okay. Um, Lord help the child. Honestly, I gotta know. Will it improve? I gotta know. Oh, is that what you got too? Because I see that black card. You're a little bit frozen, Sherry Berry. Oh, you gotta know. I gotta know too. Like it's not going to improve. I feel like you're waiting on something. You're waiting on a promotion, or you're sticking in there for some kind of bonus or something. You're breaking up, Sherry Berry. We can't hear you. Am I the only one who can't hear her?
She's breaking up on my end too.
Okay. What? Oh, okay. I see the two, so that's a no for me. Um, exactly, Jasmine. I feel like I'm being pranked. Um, exactly, Jasmine. Oh my God, yes. You're not intruding and you're not being mean, but you are so right now. You are so on hitting the hit nose on the head. Kick who out? Hmm. Okay. Lord help the child. I do not go ahead, Miss Lavita, because
Um, so for what I'm getting, I really think this is the universe giving you the opportunity to do what you do want to do. I'm not thinking that it's going to improve if you remain at the same company. I think that there will definitely be completion and contentment, but not at this current job. Are you wanting to relocate someplace? I feel like you're wanting to move abroad somewhere. That's separate from career, but um, I'm not quite sure if that's something you're interested in. I definitely do think it will take a bunch of work to get to where you want to be. Um, but again, I do think, I don't know, are you wanting to relocate? Are you still there?
Exactly. Niga, is it Negas? You pretty rude in the comments. We all have laptops that we're using and webcams and such. It could just be the internet. It could just be um technical difficulties. You kind of real rude and you went hard for the cause right quick for somebody who just stepped into the chat.
So you would like to move abroad? I think you should definitely go for it. If not, I feel that what's going to happen, you'll just remain at this job. You'll stay there for another 5 months. Nothing's going to continue or progress, and you're going to still be unhappy there, and you're just going to have this kind of like this burden of like, oh, why did I stay? I wasted my time when I could have went and done this. So if it's a big change, but if you are wanting to relocate, I think that's something you should prioritize. That's all I'm getting.
Um, yes, Cherry Berry.
Thank you. I don't know
Um,
what happened,
well, you know how
but
restream
my
is. It's not.
yeah, my computer's brand new. Like I've had it what 2 weeks now, Angie. I think remember
Oh yeah.
brand new, and it's a gaming computer, so it has like it's very very high tech. So I don't know what just happened. Could have
I
been my
mean,
Wi-Fi.
exactly, because you know why, and we're having the severe dust storms. You see that the wind is just out there howling right now. Like I was
Yeah.
leaving work today, and it almost knocked me over. First of all, that you know what, I felt a little bit lighter in my step, like I lost some weight because the wind was really blowing me hard. I was like, oh, I ain't got enough girth to hold myself down. So I was excited about that, but
For Satyendra, I don't think that necessarily anything bad is going to happen in your current job. I think it's more a problem of that nothing's going to happen. That's just going to remain the same or progressively just get more unbearable, or they'll make more policies that you dislike or this and that. Um, so
did
that's
you
all
say
I'm.
something to her about a promotion? Because I got like I didn't get that anything was going to change. I do agree with you that nothing's going to change.
Mhm.
But I got like
Yeah,
she's waiting on something, like she's waiting on a promotion or a bonus or something. She's waiting on something to happen, and that's why she's sticking in there. So I get that she's going to stay, but I don't get any change. Like she's waiting on something specific to happen, and it's just not going to
Mercury and
happen. She needs
retrograde
to decide
again.
either to move
Fuck.
on from another job, or she needs to decide that she's just going to have to deal with whatever's going on with the situation. Like at my current job, we have a system that does not work at all. We have more band-aids than we have actual the it actually works. Like it's supposed to use all this back end logic, and it's supposed to spit out all of this information. It's supposed to do this. There's so many bumps and bruises and band-aids with it, so I either have to deal with the technical difficulties of this situation, or I can move on to another job. And I mean, for the amount of money that they pay, I'm gonna deal with these technical difficulties, and I'm gonna keep putting these band-aids on these situations and using all these exceptions. So you just have to decide, is it worth you staying or is it worth you going? But I don't see the situation changing because nobody wants to change. You seem to be the person that's ringing the bell right now, and they're just not ready for that bell to be rang. And so, whether you're right or wrong in this situation, it's just not. There's nobody ready to change.
Yeah,
So
Mercury retrograde is August 23rd through September 14th, and it says to navigate this cosmic phenomenon. First of all, Mercury goes retrograde at least 3 times a year. It's not a fucking phenomenon anymore.
the
It's
23rd is Wednesday.
facts.
Listen,
Like,
Mercury. We ain't gonna have no problems with Beyonce. Beyonce gonna be on time.
nope.
All her equipment go work, or I'm coming to Mercury. We gonna fight. Like I'm gonna tell you out the sky because listen, everybody else done did that Beyonce, and I'm gonna see Beyonce come Thursday. So don't come in here starting no stuff, Mercury. We all good. I'm
Well,
coming to
did you
Beyonce.
like hear that the Disturbed concert got canceled because of the heat and their equipment wouldn't work because of the
Exactly. And
heat? They had to
Beyonce is gonna
cancel
be
the
in the air conditioned
whole
stadium over there at
yeah.
State Farm Arena. And so what we gonna not have is a problem with Mercury retrograde causing no problems. So Mercury, Go on and sit yourself down until September. We'll come back and reconvene in September. But for the last 2 weeks of this month, I got plans, and I'm gonna need y'all to pull it together. Mercury, look, we are here. Don't make me come up there. Don't make me come up there because if I'm the only person who don't get to see Beyonce, Lord help the child, people. I can't take it. Egyptian famous. Don't be laughing at me. I'm serious. Like everybody else done seen Beyonce. Everybody done put their little pictures up, put their videos up, and I'm the only one who didn't get to see it. Listen, Mercury, I will lasso you right out the sky. Clear up the whole solar system. Mad because I ain't get to see.
with her golden lasso like Wonder Woman.
Mad because I ain't get to see Beyonce. Lord help the child, people. I'm just not trying to hear it. I hope that helped you out. Is it Satine? Girl, I can't even pronounce your name, honey. And I'm not. And you know what? I'm a person who has a really long name, and I don't want to mess her name up. So, is it Yindra?
Does it rhyme?
Yindra? Oh, that
Nah,
might be it. Yindra. Oh, that might not be bad. Okay, Yindra. Um, I just don't get any changes, and you're going to have to decide whether it's worth you staying there. And for what I'm getting, you want a little bit more money, so you might want to just go ahead and get your resume ready and see what's out there for you. The airlines are hiring like crazy. Let me tell you, they need people in all areas: customer service, front gate, on the plane, everywhere. Go ahead and apply at the airlines. The hospitals always need some. Um, every place needs some, so just move forward with it. You got Sherry
not
Berry.
Erry. That's not.
She's on your page, isn't she? Whose page is she on? Because it's
Yeah,
pairs, so
she's
she's
on
either
my
on
page.
Lavita's.
Yeah, she's on mine,
Mhm. So
but
just
that's
subscribe
not the
to.
spelling. So
Oh, okay, yeah. It's only one R and it's an I
I eat.
and two E's. Exactly. So she's on your page. All right. Oh yeah, go to the people that she subscribed to, and then you should be able to find A5says and Lavida, in there and be able to subscribe to both of us. Because we go live a lot. Like I'll be back live Wednesday with Don. So me and Sherry Berry go live every Sunday at about 3 o'clock. And then Wednesdays I go live with Don at 6 o'clock. So every day one of us is live. So if you subscribe to all of us, you should be able to catch us all, Jasmine. They not as lively as me, Lavita and Sherry are, like, because we real funny. All right, so who's next, Keena? All right, we only got two more. We almost done, girl. Y'all, I'm about to go eat, and it's
I'm
2:02.
hungry. I'm ready
I
to
am
eat
starving.
too.
Look, I tried to eat this little piece of listen, because I said I was gonna fast or I was gonna like just do some do some smoothies. Those smoothies already now got booted to the side. My stomach is like, hello, put a sandwich in here, please.
I'm always famished, like after doing psychic stuff. It's
Exactly. I'm
always
telling you,
after
it's
this.
like the spirits be like, and give me that, and give me that, and give me that. People. Sherry Berry said even her phone doesn't have a signal, so it might be something that's going on in the Mesa area. I know it. The storms have been. Listen, it's so cloudy and dark out here for on my side of town. Like all I can see is dust, so a dust storm must be coming. So it looks really bad outside. So Sherry Berry, whenever you could pop back in, if we're still on, just go ahead and pop back in. Will I get accepted into the medical office assistant program? Will Yvette get accepted into the medical office assistant program? The pendulum is saying, yeah, I got a yes that you will get accepted. Initially I heard no, but I think I was looking at something else, as in medical school. So the question that I was asking, the answer was no to, but you said medical office assistant program. So yes, I get that. You will get accepted into that. Um, I think that you'll do quite well and you'll advance up to maybe deciding that you want to do nursing instead of just office assistant. Like I feel like you will switch over and want to do more of a patient care thing than just administrative.
I also think that you're going to get into the program. I do think that you've been working pretty diligently to get into this. I'm not quite sure if this is like an employer sponsor program, like they're going to be paying for it if you attend. That's something that just came to mind. Yeah, I think you'll definitely do it and you'll do well. I think you're going to enjoy it. That's all I have.
Yeah, that's what I got. Like I got that was a really easy breezy one. The pendulum said yes. I got a yes. And then like I said, I feel like you'll cross over from administrative to more of a care. Like maybe you'll decide, oh, I want to do RN or BSN to RN or something like that. Like I really do see you advancing. Like this is just a foot in the door. Like literally they're showing me you like putting your foot in the door and then pushing the door open. And there's so many different opportunities that are coming available for you. So I think that you'll be fine. Cherry Berry, are you able to speak? Like we can
Yes.
see
So
you
I
on the screen.
can you hear me? So I got a
Yes, we
yes.
can hear you too. Go ahead.
Okay. My phone does not doesn't even have bars, and I don't use Wi-Fi on my phone. Yeah, the storms messing it up. But I did.
Jasmine said, because at this point I'm about to start reading with y'all. Come on, girl, you better come on Tuesday night. You know we got a class on Tuesday night where we practice this and we help each other to further our abilities. So if you want to attend class, you can come on at night. Um, you just need to email Donna Sonora Mystic Tarot, and then we'll add you to the list. It's a private Zoom link, and so everything that we do is 6 p.m. So this is the person that you would need to email and say you want to come to Tuesday class. It's every Tuesday at 6 p.m. It's free. Hear that? Free, free, free. We don't charge you anything. You come to the class, we practice, we help each other to advance our gifts and to get better insight on things that we're going through. We read each other. Um, and we just help each other along on this journey because it is a lot. Like one person may have a different insight than somebody else, and so if you think that you have that talent or you just curious about it, come on to class and see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm the slacker that never goes to class, but I work.
Exactly, Jasmine. I like that. That's exactly how I feel. And I'm hit or miss with reading myself. My guys are so chatty. They'll tell me exactly what they want me to know, and then they'll get mad when I go to the cars. Like, how dare you go to a lesser authority? We gave you exactly the word that we wanted you to have, and then you went to a lesser authority to confirm something that came directly from spirit. Because my guys talk directly to me all the time, and so sometimes when I go to the tarot, they be like, "So you think they know more than we do?" I'd be like, "Well, I mean, I'm just saying." Um, so if you want to come to class, just go ahead and was that no, that was Jasmine that might want to come to class. Come or anybody that want to come to class, like I said, it's free. Our class is growing, y'all. We used to be a little old class of under 10. Now we be consistently over 15, almost 20, sometimes even more. So come on into class, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Zoom, but you have to get the private link to the class in order to come. So you don't have to come every week and you don't have to stay the whole time. Like if you only want to do 1 hour, you can. If you only want to do the second hour, that's fine too. But we have a good time in there when we be in class. Like the readings are phenomenal. Like it's some heavy hitters in there for real. Who can for real read, can do some mediumship, can do some Reiki, can do all kinds. Listen, I'm telling you, the first person who did Reiki on me that made me have a vision was Lavida. She did Reiki on me, and I literally had a vision while she was doing Reiki. So I'm just saying, it's some heavy hitters in our class if y'all want to attend. All right, Keena, who's next? I think we only got one more. Oh, hey, angels. She said, yes, class is fun. She's the truth. Egyptian famous. Egyptian was laughing at me because I said that Mercury retrograde better not mess up my Beyonce experience. Oh, messages on becoming a hospice nurse. Oh my God, Egyptian famous. You or a hospice nurse. Ain't that what Bonnie does? She's a hospice nurse or she's done hospice stuff.
Bonnie's a
She
death
wants to be a death
doula. There's
doula.
a
She
difference.
wants to go into death doula, but
So
has
I
she
used to
done
be a
hospice stuff
hospice
before?
aide for like 10 years, and the nurses are a little bit different, and death doulas are
But
something
is that
different
what
too.
she's done both? Like she wants to go into death doula, but has she been a hospice nurse before?
I think she was a registered nurse. Bonnie,
Yeah, she
but
is a nurse, but I didn't know if she did the hospice area. But yeah, she's
mhm.
trying to be a death doula.
I don't
So
know.
you want to know becoming a hospice nurse. I immediately got like a very strong emotional pull, like your heartstrings will be pulled too much, and that maybe hospice might be an overwhelming emotional experience for you because you may not be able to let go, or you may be too attached to your clients. That's not a yes or a no for me. I'm just getting that you need to be aware of your heart space when going into something like this. Like you care so much, and you want to save everybody, and then when that person is gone,
I gotta
are you going to
know.
be able to detach? So I'm getting you need to know where your heart space is with that situation. And Sherry Berry, you got to know.
I did. But I think that when people go to be a hospice nurse, because I did it for 10 years, I was a CNA and a home health aide, and that's how I actually got injured. So I think the hospice nurses, they don't get to have that patient that long that the interaction. They're usually just in and out and providing that extra care. So if you want to be more involved with your patients, I don't think hospice nursing is there for you. You want to be more involved in your with your patients, like a CNA or a home health aide, because then you have that interaction. Some of my best experiences were being a hospice aide, but my hospice nurses, they were just in and out. Angie, you
Yes,
better stop reading those text messages.
I'm texting Kena. So if you see her laughing in the background, you would know why.
But I did get the like, I don't think you're gonna be fulfilled by it.
Okay.
I think I'm frozen again. Damn this
No, we
thing.
can hear you. We can hear you. You're fine. You're not frozen.
Okay. Miss
So for what
Lavita.
Sharon? Oh, what was that?
Oh no, you can go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead, Miss Lavita.
oh, so with what Sherry was saying, I think that being the nurse isn't exactly what you want. I definitely think that you know what comes with being a hospice nurse and being exposed to that, but I do feel like you would be better suited in the like speaking to them and helping them cross over, and when they're in that kind of like twilight zone, being able there to help guide them and make them feel safe. I think that's what you would really thrive at. Um, so I'm not quite sure how big of a transition that would be instead of being a nurse going to the position that Sherry said, but that's what I'm getting. So that's all I have.
Again, I got, that I think you would just be a little bit too emotionally tired. Like that's why I couldn't do CPS. Like I had 6 weeks of training for CPS and I cried every day and they was like, honey, I just don't think this is for you. And they were right. It wasn't for me. I couldn't do CPS. And so just understand where your emotional ties are, or how you would deal with a situation with death all the time. I don't know that I could deal with death like that all the time, but that may be something that like over time you kind of get immune to it, and it just is beginnings and endings um for you. But I honestly just don't see you being a hospice nurse. I do see you in nursing or in the medical field, but just not hospice, because I think it'll just be too emotional, and you and the family being there crying for hours, and you just like, why did he have to go? And just like, because you're just too caring, you're too loving, you're very empathetic, and I just think that it would be too emotionally overwhelming for you. Actually, the healthcare field is a little bit probably overwhelming for you. Is a little bit um, now I don't want to say overwhelming for you, but um, I think the hospice part of it might be just a little bit too much for you. But I do see you being successful in the medical field. I see you in a pediatric unit. Like neonatal intensive care. Like I see you in that. Like I see little babies with little tubes all over, and you being a part of that thing. So I see you working in like the pediatric unit or something like that. I don't know if that was ever anything that you um ever decided, but that's what they're showing to me, like babies with little tubes all over, and you being a nurse in that area, and getting some joy and fulfillment out of it, of seeing somebody thrive, like seeing new life ushered in versus a life ended. So that's what I'm seeing. And so I don't know if you um are going to or have ever been interested in pediatric care.
What was it called, Sherry? The like other version of hospice care where you aren't the nurse but you're dealing more with the family and.
The C the CNA
Oh,
or
okay.
the home health aide, that's where you deal a lot with the patient and you
Okay.
have a lot of interaction with them. Um, I actually was going to name one of my kids after one of my patients because I loved her so much, but
Mhm.
you really do have to figure out that separation. And I'm really glad that I had a 45-minute drive to work and a 45-minute drive home, and it was just it was cows and cops because it was very rural. Um, wasn't bumper to bumper traffic, but you do need to figure out that separation.
Oh, she's
But yeah,
asking what is that called? So whatever part, whatever you were describing, she's asking what is that called?
Mhm.
oh, so there's the death doula, which is what Bonnie does. The the hospice nurse, or I was a CNA and a home health aide and a phlebotomist. So I would go in and I would give them baths, I would change their bedding, I would stand by assist if they need it. I didn't, but I was there for like 45 minutes to an hour in each person's home. So I got to go along with the death journey with some of my patients who allowed me to. But the nurses, they were just in and out. They would do wound care, they would do make sure their meds were correct. Being a nurse, you have to do the needles. Being the
Wait,
hospice
so are
nurse,
you
you
a
have to
I'm
do the
like, wait a minute,
needles.
what you mean you can't do needles? So you're not a nurse?
So if you can't do needles, you can't be a hospice aide.
You
Like
can't
you
be a
have to
nurse at
have,
all
they
because
have,
don't all nurses have to do with needles at some point?
yeah. So RNs do the IVs. LPNs will just push fluids into the IVs, but the nurses have to set the IVs. But you have to be able to inject your patients. You have to be able to do the wound care. You have to be able to do all of that stuff as a hospice nurse. Um, it's emotional. Like I'm literally not kidding. I was if Peyton was a boy, his name her or if Peyton was a girl, his name would have been Afton, which is one of my patients' names because she was so endearing to me. But a death doula is a person that just sits and provides emotional support and caring during somebody's death process, actively dying people.
That's too much death for me. I just, Lord no. Yeah.
I remember one of my patients, I cannot remember her name, and I remember giving her a bed bath and then putting her to bed and her looking at me and saying, "Hey, my cat, there's a cat on my bed." Well, there was no physical cat on her bed. I saw the cat. Of course, I didn't know what the heck I was, then that I am now. But she's like, "That's a cat I had when I was a child." So the cat was coming in. She was talking me through her journey. So the nurse didn't get those things. I did because I was there all the time. You're in there 3 to 4 days a week where the nurse can be there once a week just checking your meds. So if you can't do needles,
Jasmine, the
can't,
chaplain is
don't,
more like the reverend or the pastor who comes in and say a prayer over to give you your last rites. They don't do any medical things. They're just more of in a religious capacity.
yeah,
Prayer, comfort, helping the grieving family, stuff like that.
yeah. My job was
All right.
patient care.
So is that all? That's all the people that are on the list, Kina. If that's it, then we're done. And I thank you all for
Whoop,
showing
whoop.
up. I don't have any more questions left in the chat. You all were a challenge today.
Don't forget, if you email me at Sherry Berry's Teas and you want a bay leaf blessing, email me and I will do that for you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
what?
Apparently you're very, and you
Kina,
are
did you
very
already
beautiful,
have this
young lady.
discussion?
Huh?
I wish God, my girlfriend and soulmate, to be like girl in the middle of screen with specs. Very, very beautiful she is, and smiling. Oh God.
Well, thank you.
First of all, Kumar, you was just asking about somebody else, so Lavita is not even impressed with you talking about she's beautiful after you was on here pining after Kumasachi a few minutes ago. So, Kumar,
Lavida,
what
you are
you
beautiful.
is corny. That's what
Thank
you
you.
are. Like you only get that they showing me the ace of wands. What you are horny, sir. You are trying to get some loving, some McLovin. That's all you trying to get, and you don't care.
Sir,
You
this
take
is
care of
our young one in the group, so you better back the fuck off before we do some. Better leave her alone.
Listen, ain't
Not
it time to go
don't
church?
even
Or
have those thoughts in your head about her.
Lamar,
I
you
see
are
what you're
tripping.
thinking. Stop that. That's disgusting.
Exactly. Dominique Jones, do you have a question? Because you said when will we be back? If you have a question, we can go ahead and answer it right now before we get off. Otherwise,
Maybe I'm gonna go beat him up.
um, somebody is on every day during the week, Monday through
No, you
Friday.
do not
Somebody is
get to
on.
talk to her. Go fuck off.
You know what? No, no.
See, now you done made her feel uncomfortable. This
Yeah.
why the other girl don't want you. Exactly. That's exactly why. That's exactly why. You're a little bit over the top. You probably was just laying yourself at her door hoping that she would just walk all over you.
Swear.
Just
Have some respect. You are on a bad bay leaf.
wait, what did she
I
say?
will
What did
find you.
Dominic say? I was just wanting to
Want
know
to
if Spirit
know
has anything.
spirit.
Does anybody have anything for Dominic Jones? This is our last person of the night. Um, exactly, Jasmine. These men are weird. Like that's why the last person didn't want you because you just be yourself. Like you are everything. Like you know, it reminds me of Raj from Big Bang Theory. You are the sun, the moon, the soul, and the stars of my eyes. All you had to do was say hello. Like I didn't need you to give me a soliloquy. Just calm down, sir. We just met. That is your problem. You just jump right in and just you remind me of Elmira from Looney Tunes. I want to love you and hug you and kiss you and squeeze you.
Kiss you
And
and
you just
squeeze you
piece the
in.
head right off the top of them and just pop, burst the bird in half because you hold on too tight. You latch on too tight. You go from I just met you to you got three of my kids. We married and we living in a flat together. Calm down, sir. Hello does not mean let's get married.
And you're right, Morningstar. Women are kind of nutty too. I own it. It's mine.
All right, Miss Dominique, we will send healing energy to you for the loss of your 2 month old. You said you wanted to know if Spirit had anything for you.
I
Um,
got the Queen of Clubs, which is a nursing a mother, wise woman, or um, and then I got the Eight of Hearts, which is tenderness, emotion, and then the Four of Diamonds, which is you needing money. Like, there's it. Is there like a lawsuit because of this? Like, I get like legal something. There was something that was happening that was legal. Like, this is a legal situation. Yep. Okay. And there's definitely, gosh darn it, how do I put this? Like, there's definitely something that was at fault. And a complete legal situation. No legal issue, okay. Then I don't know. I
why?
got
Because you
that
got the
there's
judgment card. Is that what you said? You got the judgment card?
no, I got the Four of Diamonds.
Oh, okay. Go home, Roger. Exactly. Jasmine, I love you. You are funny as ever. She said, go home, Roger. If y'all ever watch Sister Sister, y'all know exactly what she's talking about. Okay. Do you have anything for Dominique, Miss Lavina? Now that
I
you're
just
back in
pulled
this
some cards. Let me
crappy.
see. Who's up in your business? It just seems like there's so many people just like in your energy right now. Um, hmm. I'm just getting this energy that you're like expanding, you're growing, and there's just all these like people just chatting about you, just talking about you and what's been going on in your life. Hmm. That's all I'm getting. I'm not getting much here. Um, yeah, you can go on.
I'm trying to tap into your energy. It's a little bit hard. You have a tough shell up, like they showed me a turtle shell, like that hard turtle shell, like you really have a tough exterior up, and you really don't want people, to kind of get inside your head or to get inside of your energy. You seem to be very not necessarily resistant, but you are trying to protect yourself, from like heartbreak or sadness. And so that's what I get. Like you really have this wall up that keeps people out. And then they keep showing me hermit, like you've hermited yourself in by putting this wall up to keep people out. And then you're wondering why nobody's coming to your rescue or coming to help you. Not necessarily that you need help, but why aren't people concerned? Because you seem to have put a wall up. And not that you're using any malice or not that you're being an evil person, but you've kind of stepped back, and everybody knows that you have this little like moat or wall up that you're trying to keep people out. And I heard the you only allow one hero in your story, and that's you. You allow you're the only hero in your story. You won't allow anybody else to come to your rescue to help you. For one, because you don't want people to say that you owe them anything, but also for people to think that for all and also you don't want people to have anything to hold over your head. You're a very self-made person, and you really want to have no owing or strings to your accomplishments. Like I did this on my own, I'm this, I'm that. And so that's kind of where you are in your situation. And that's kind of why you don't really have the assistance or the help that you think that you need. But um they're saying just ask and you shall receive. Even if you just start with your higher power. Let me start with just asking my higher power for the things that I want. Like I need a job that pays more, or I need more hours, or I need to save money, like whatever it is they're saying, just ask and you shall receive. Like you're at a time, they're showing me the magician card, and you're at a time where you can get whatever it is that you want if you just ask, but you're so wound up about doing it on your own and not getting any help. And I understand that. I totally understand being an independent person, not wanting your accomplishments or wanting anybody to say, well, I contributed to whatever in your favor, for whatever reason. But they're saying it also, you can't live a world in isolation where you don't get any help. Even if it's just your higher power, you need somebody to help you. And even when you help your higher power, sometimes they send someone to help you. And if you dismiss that person, it's not that they didn't answer your prayers, it's just that you didn't like the way that it looked. So you didn't accept the help. And so they're saying you have the discernment. That's what your higher power is giving you, the level of discernment where you can understand and make choices and understand if somebody's for your highest and greatest good, or if somebody's just in it to just kind of say that they were there to contribute to your success. And then you can decide what level of engagement you want with that person. But I am getting that, just ask for what you need and it shall be given to you. And again, this is the new moon. Set your intentions and allow your the universe to help you to move forward and to get the things that you want. Are you looking for a new car, Dominique? Is that because I'm getting a new car, like a black SUV or a black truck? Are you trying to get a new vehicle? Because if so, I do see a black SUV in your favor, or something that you're going to get, like all blacked out or something like that. Like I do see you get a new vehicle. So if that was something, then that is a yes. Okay, then I see
Mm.
you getting that. Is it a Dodge? Are you trying to get a Dodge something? Morningstar, I'm gonna take your word for it, because Lord, this 144K sound real, real Jehovah's Witness to me. Like how you decide how you know what the number gonna be. But I get it. You want a Dodge. Okay, so they're showing me a Dodge. Um, I keep hearing Durango, but I think that's just because every time I say the word Dodge, I think Durango. But I do feel like you will get this vehicle. It'll be in September, October at the latest around Thanksgiving because they're showing me Thanksgiving. So maybe that's what they're telling me. Like, do you have to save a down payment or do you have to get your credit in order? But I do see it coming within the next 60 to 90 days. So I do see you getting the vehicle that you want. Don't settle is what I'm hearing. Like, don't settle for something like you go into the dealership and they're like, well, you can't really afford that, but you can get this. And they're saying, don't settle, wait on what you want. Like, I feel like in life, you've had to be like, okay, well, I'll take the lesser of the two. And they're saying, no, take the greater, take the thing that you want because it is deserving of you. And you've put in the work because they're showing me the Eight of Pentacles. You've put in the work and now it's your time to reap. Okay. So there you go. All right, well, Morning Star. Well, thank you for the Bible study lesson tonight, and thank you for going ahead and telling us, giving us this whole little Bible story. Um, I'm I don't understand what the point of that was, but praise the Lord. So, Miss Dominique, I hope that helps. Again, the car you're getting. What was the other thing? Oh, ask for help. Like, are you trying to change jobs too? Like, you're not sure what field. Like, I get like a big career change, like from one industry to a whole nother industry that you're thinking about, and you're afraid. Like, am I too old? Did I wait too late? And they're like, no, go for it. You can get whatever it is that you want. You just have to ask. Age is a time construct that we came up with. We break the days into 24 hours. We break the years into 365 days. Like, that's us breaking that up. That's not how the universe or your higher power breaks it up. So no, you're not too old. No, you didn't wait too late. You can start any journey at any age that you want. And so go ahead, and if you're thinking about a career change, then you want to leave the medical field. Like, I see that. And they're saying like you want to do more back, like you want to do like either more back office or you want to do something that's in the background so you're not so one-on-one with the patients or whatever. That's a go-to. Just ask for guidance on which way to go. Like, if I could wave this magic wand and you could start that job tomorrow, what would your title be? What would that job be? What would your duties be? What would your tasks be? Would you be a manager? Would you be a supervisor? Would you be a VP? Would you not have to be over anybody? Like, I don't want to be a people mover. I don't want to be somebody who has to supervise other people and their daily, oh, I can't come to work, I was late, I was blah blah. I don't want to have to deal with that. I just want to be the taskmaster or the operating person or the person who manages processes. I'll manage processes. So if that's what you want to do, then you need to go ahead and move forward with telling your higher power that that's what you want to do. But I feel like you want to get out of the front end of it. But even if you do, I think you'll miss it. So maybe you just need a break, like take some time to step back and be like, you know what, maybe I need to take like a month off and see if I miss it or see if I want to come back because I feel like you're just a little bit frustrated with the environment and atmosphere that you're in. And sometimes frustration is to make us change, is to make us move. And so they're showing me the death card, not in that somebody's dying, but in a transformation. And the transformation usually comes from the inside out. So, like, you're changing on the inside, and it's forcing you to change your belief system, to change your, like career, to change your thought processes. And you may be a little frustrated again with the way things are going, and so you just need to step back for a little bit and say, hey, maybe I'll take a month off, or maybe I'll take 2 months off and see if I really want to leave this field or if I want to come back to it. So, um, um, I really do see success either way you go. Like, if you step out and then come back, or if you totally move any other way, you're gonna get it because you don't make decisions on a whim. You really, really do mull over your situation before you do it. You consult your higher power. You just don't always understand the signals and the messages that you're getting back, or when your higher power is sending by somebody to help you. And so you could ask your higher power when you go to sleep tonight or when you go, like, help me to be able to recognize when you're sending help, when you're sending somebody to guide me. Is this person for my highest and greatest good? What is the gut feeling that I get when this person enters the room? Does this feel like somebody who's going to nurture me forward or going to take me backwards? So how you decide how you want to get that. So you'll be fine. Oh, okay. All right, Morningstar. You said you ended up here when it was about hospice or mediumship related. Okay, well, do you have a question? Is that why you're here? Is that it? Do you have a question that you want to ask, or do you have all the questions in the book that you read? Thank you, Dominique. I hope that helps you out and helps that moves you forward. Come back and let us know whether you decide to change and whether you get the vehicle because I'm trying to get a new vehicle too. And so we could just, we could touch and agree. You get your new vehicle, I get my new vehicle because I'm trying to get my new vehicle immediately. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is because I don't want y'all to all go get one and then I be, you know what? So I'm gonna keep it to myself. I believe in live. The live is over. All right, then, Morning Star. Your time is over then because you obviously don't have a question. All right, then, y'all. That was it. Thank you all for attending. Miss Sherry Berry had to go because she was still having computer issues or technology issues. Like again, Mercury retrograde is coming. So let's just go ahead and keep going. Again, like, share, subscribe, and comment, Miss Dominique. Subscribe to all of us because we're all on at different times. Again, every single day somebody's on. In the morning, Shauna Sellers will be on. So if you go through my list of subscribed people and you see Naturally Divine Goddess, that's who will be on tomorrow. If you see Sonora Mystic Tarot, that's me and him will be back on Wednesday. If you see Love Riot, that's Miss Julie. Um, if you see the Gabriel Project, that's Miss Julie. If you see Calling on Angels, that's Miss Bonnie. And if you see Susan Grayson, that's Susan. She's more of the mediumship person. So one of us is on almost every single day during the week. I think we got Monday through Friday covered plus Sunday. So I think the only day that none of us is on is Saturday. And me and Alicia may try to make Thursday nights our regular night too, if she's still open to it, especially when she fall back to that 2 hour time zone change. So again, go ahead and subscribe to all of us because one of us is on it every single time. And even if you're subscribed to my Facebook page, I at least share their live to my Facebook page. So if you're on my Facebook page, my Facebook is different than my um YouTube. My YouTube is A5says. My Facebook is Angie Lewis, ANGIELEWIS, or Angie5. You know what? I can't even remember. So one of them ways you'll get me on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. So again, even if I'm not live, I usually share their live on Facebook. Thank you, Miss Lavida, for coming in. Did you have a good time today?
I
Before Kumar
did.
tried to marry you.
Yes, and please follow my YouTube as well. It's luminous.lavida.
Luminous.lavida. Kina,
Yes.
were you able to find it? Kumar, I don't know if she wants you to follow her because you seem like you just gonna latch on like a leech, and I just don't know if she wants you absorbing her energy like that. If you gonna be nice, but if you're not gonna be nice, then she don't want you all over her like that. Luminous.lavida. Kina, were you able to find her stuff, or can you type it in the chat? Can you type it in a private message and then Kino put it in the chat for you, Miss Lavita? And then
Yes.
this is how you can reach Miss Lavita to subscribe to her page too. And then Sherry Berry is I think we already had that up too. So tomorrow it'll be Naturally Divine Goddess in the morning. She's on East Coast time, so I think it's 10 a.m. our time. Oh, she says she posted Sherry's page. And then here's Lavita's. So Kina, are you gonna go ahead and post that? So that's how you reach he's okay. But everybody else, all right, you got it. Did Dominique, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
he
don't
does.
need my Facebook and Insta.
Exactly.
You can
Exactly.
watch my YouTube videos though. I
All
need
right,
views.
Kumar, go and put some ice on it. You need to calm it down a little bit. Get the penis a little ice job tonight. Exactly, a lot. Exactly, Miss Angels. Angels, I can't wait to see you in class on Tuesday. This is funny. I got some good information to you, but I can't tell you till Wednesday. So got some good information for you, Angels. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all later. Kumar, go have a cold shower and a nap, and then the rest of you, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.